Welcome in. How are y'all doing this weekend? Right before stream started, I was trying to adjust my lighting because I thought maybe it was like a little too dark. So then I turned up both of my lights, and then I just like flashbanged myself. I didn't know they go that bright. I was like looking at my screen, and then my like when you blink, you can see the light still in your eyes. That's what happened. But I'm good now. I'm no longer blinded. Welcome in, everyone. You're doing well today. I feel like the last couple of days, it's like I told you guys, it's been raining. But for some reason, I feel like um my I don't know if it's like pollen allergy or like something else allergy, but like I feel like I've been quite like congested, you know? I feel like I can feel it, especially in the morning. But I don't know. But I feel like there should be less pollen, pollen something or whatever. Like less pollen in the air if it's raining, right? So I don't really know what's up with that. Been hella musty. It's been so humid. It's so gross. Like when you just step outside, you just like it just feels yeah. It just feels so gross. I don't like that. I like a nice although like even when it was hot out, I think it was fairly humid, which is like the worst thing. Um, Kimina's yesterday, and I was like, she sounds the same. Oh, really? Kimmy did notice. She's so observant. Well, you are noticing the visually, and she's noticing like the audio. You know, because I mean, I don't think that background's actually different, but it might be. It might be. And you were paying attention to that, and she was paying attention to my voice. But yeah, I have been a bit a little bit congested. Last night you went on a run to get gas in your workout supplements. Wait, since when do you take workout supplements? I didn't know you're a gym boy. When you're filling up, a winged bug was flying towards you and it flew into you. Yeah, so good. Wait, do you get those? Have you ever seen those like weird red bugs? Like you know the bugs with the red body and the wings. Like we get those quite a bit around like the like dusk, and they're always like flying, and they fly like really low to the ground. They're always on the ground. Um, she has something with voices. Okay, okay. I guess she's good at picking up differences. Supplements to help with your six pack, like snacks. What would it be? I don't know. Wait, okay, I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I'm gonna guess snacks. You bought like I don't know, some Asian snack, or maybe you just bought normal chips. I have no idea. I feel like you snack on a lot of things. How could I know? Or maybe actually, you know what? I'll stop guessing. I'll stop guessing. How what was everyone up to yesterday? I had a pretty chill day. I went to Pilates and I got a lot of obliques workouts, like the side abs workout. And then we did like back workout. So now like my back of arm, the tricep, and my back. Actually, my back is probably sore, but I don't use it much, so I haven't noticed quite yet. But if I tense it, I can feel it. Some support. Oh, that's a supplement. Okay, okay. The actual materials to work out with. And welcome in slime. Albert got this so nice, but my tummy be burning the next 3 to 4 days. I know. I feel like it should be done. It should be done being sore like one day later. But I swear, like every time I get out of bed for the next like 3 days, it's like you could feel it. Like you're just like sitting up to get out of bed. You're like, ow. But yeah, in in Pilates, it's ab workouts every time. So abs are definitely worth it. I mean, I think it definitely helps with a lot of things, right? Like I feel like having a strong core is very useful. Like it'll help you in all I don't know, not all aspects of life, but you know what I mean. Like it's like the foundation for the rest of your body, almost. Like there's so many workouts where it's like. I mean, maybe this is just Pilates, but like in Pilates, like we'll be working on our arms, and she's like, excuse me, your core isn't tense. I'm like, why does my core need to be tense? We're just doing arms. But apparently, always. Yesterday, took your task seriously and started messing with the phonetics, looking like an idiot. Noticed a few things that I wasn't aware of, and between these things, there's something that would be incorrect if you also think it. What is it? What is it? Share us your phonetics knowledge. And welcome in, Kimmy. How are you? And welcome in, Young. How are you today as well? Yeah, and then so I did Pilates. And then, that was enough of my workout for the day. It was a cozy, rainy day. I played Genshin for like 5 hours. I was gaming hard. I was attempting Stygian Onslaught for like 5 hours. Did not succeed. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's very close, is what I'm saying. I feel hopeful about this rotation. Because the Hydrotolpa is not there. Legs are the worst. You'd be wiggly wobbly all. I mean, legs are the worst because like the rest of the day you just like feel it all the time. But like abs, you use your abs more than you think. Like you ever have sore abs and then you go to like open a jar and you're like, ow, and you're like, why am I using my abs for this? But I guess you just do. You just do. What a weeb. Yeah, I was weeping it out for 5 hours yesterday. I was actually just hardcore gaming, actually. I was trying the same boss over and over for like 5 hours. Let's bring a question or two. How are y'all? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Rolling our R's, we don't move our tongue voluntarily at all. The air we release is the one responsible for that. Like, it's not a technique you develop with your tongue, rather a movement that results from releasing air. So you don't have to try to do anything except from putting it in a certain position. Okay. Doesn't feel like you gotta release air though, so if anything you could do that has nothing to do with it, try to roll your R's with your mouth closed. Oh, okay. So you're saying you have to release air, right? Okay. I mean, I can't even roll my R's with my mouth open, so yeah, I won't try it with my mouth closed. But I'll keep that in mind. I'll practice. I haven't tried very seriously in a long time. I was talking to those that can. Who in chat can roll their R's? Well, obviously Ricky and Kimmy can, I'm guessing. Wait, is there any native Spanish speakers who cannot roll their R's? There must be some people, right? That like can't do it. But like it's kind of like a fundamental part of the language, right? So maybe everyone can? Have you ever met anyone who can't? You're meh? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I hope your day gets better. Is it weird to look at someone's lips when they talk? No, I don't think so. Cause like I think it helps with your like taking in what they're saying. Sometimes it's like if it's hard to hear someone, especially, I will look at their lips when they're talking. Because it's like you're kind of like reading their lips at the same time. Sometimes I have trouble hearing. It would be a speech impediment. I guess, yeah, like everyone, like every language would have people with speech impediments. When I was playing Street Fighter, there was a group of people in chat having like a serious political debate. What? Wait, so in the in-game chat, they were having a political debate? That's a first. That is not the place. I've met people that used to pronounce it weirdly, but eventually found out how, like, used to, like, when they were, like, a really young kid. Because, like, that's the thing here, right? Like, a lot of young children cannot pronounce R's, right? So they'll say it like a L instead, you know? But usually they grow out of it. You feel less weird than, I don't think it's that weird. I think, especially if you really want to focus on what you're saying, and, like, if you have trouble, like, processing what they're saying sometimes, like, maybe you're just, like, tired, or maybe it's loud in the room or something, I think it can definitely help to read their lips at the same time as hearing what they're saying. And you just need to focus. You just need to lock in, you know? You're like, maybe we're both weird. I don't know. Maybe, you're like, do these people are gonna get banned? Is it against Street Fighter rules? I have no idea. I'd assume so. I mean, like, I guess as long as they're being respectful. I don't know what the rules are. It just doesn't seem like the place, you know? Like if I was playing Street Fighter, If I was playing Street Fighter, I wouldn't be like, okay, it's time to have a political debate. Sure, but the things they said were unhinged. Okay, yeah, maybe they should get banned. So it wasn't a normal political debate. They're just being they're just being crazy. Maybe they're just trolling. You aren't weird. Okay, okay. We're both not weird then. We'll take it. I'll take it. I feel like there's something on my this part of my eye. Me just definitely weird. No, 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 no. Are you saying does no one else do this? Does no one else like do you never sometimes do you never like look at people's lips when they're talking? Is it like is that weird? If someone was I mean like it's not like staring. It's not like staring, but sometimes you need to look. You do not really? Even if it's like hard to hear? Maybe I'm like a little bit deaf. That's possible. That's possible. You collect 5 hours in Genshin and make fun of us. Level 3 is a bit odd. I heard there's an elusive level 4. It depends how close you are to their lips. I'm not super close, no. Actually, I think like I think I think there's like different levels of distance that certain cultures feel comfortable when talking to someone. And I'm pretty sure Canada's is like quite far. Like the distance that you stand when you're talking to someone is quite far. Like if you were just having a conversation with someone you don't know or like someone that's like an acquaintance, like not like a close friend or anything like that. How close do you stand? Because like for me, I want to be like quite far. Like if we're within like four feet of each other, I would say that's like too close. I would say I'm trying to like think of a distance. Far like five, not like 5 meters. That's a little too far. You don't think you focus on a specific spot either. You pretty much unfocus to the point where I'm looking at their whole face. No, no, I get that. I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Canada has a lot. Yeah, I guess we just have a lot of space to make distance when talking. I guess there's some countries where like if you're just standing on the street, like it's really packed. Like social distance. Honestly, social distancing is a good distance. I don't know what you guys think. Like 1 meter, like that's like a good distance to talk to, like especially for a stranger. Like I don't know what I would I wouldn't want to be much closer than that. Cause like apparently in some places they will stand quite close to you to talk, and it's like that's like I would not want that. If we're close and they look at my mouth, that'd be terrifying. No, 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 not like that, not like that. I think it's more like it wouldn't be like an intense staring at their mouth. Like sometimes it's like I really cannot hear what they're saying. If I ask them to repeat themselves like a couple times, I might look at their mouth to like really figure out what they're saying, you know? But usually I cannot, um, what am I trying to say? Like usually I wouldn't do that. I think they have weird intention, or they could just be deaf. Like if someone was staring at my mouth really intensely and they didn't seem like they had weird intentions, I would just assume that they're hard of hearing. I guess you can tell when that's yeah. I mean, there's a lot of situations where it's like obviously not they're not trying to kiss you, you know. But it probably just depends. Um, Actually, speaking of not being able to hear people, yesterday when I was going to Pilates, I was at a stop sign and I was turning, okay? And I was waiting for the traffic to clear so I could turn, right? Um, and then this guy crossed the street near my car. And he like went behind my car because I was already kind of pulled out. It wasn't a busy road. He just kind of went behind my car and kept going. And then he was just walking down the sidewalk and then he happened to pass in front of the Pilates place when I parked. Okay? And then when I got out of the car, he started yelling at me. And he didn't like seem mad. He just started yelling at me. He was like pointing to the corner where I was turning. And I was like, I have no idea what he's saying. Cause like it was like I was like in the parking lot. He was on the sidewalk and it was like a busy road. So I could not hear what he was saying. And he was just like yelling. He yelled something at me. I was like, what? What did you say? And then he yelled it again. I did not hear. I could not understand what he said. So I was just like, oh yeah, okay. I don't know what I agreed to, but I did see that guy again. So it was very strange though. And then when I got in, my instructor was like, "Why was that guy yelling at you?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe he was maybe he was saying like, oh, like I couldn't cross in front of your car, or like maybe he was saying like, why'd you wait so long? We're trying to turn, or like I have no idea. Or maybe he was just saying like, hey, you're the girl from the the road back there. Like I don't really know. For me, if I stare too long in their eyes, I get lost in the convo or slowly fall in love. Yeah, I think intense eye contact is unless it's that kind of relationship, it's a bit weird. I think we all know someone who like makes way too much eye contact. Unavoidable cussing. For real, for real. I was like, what is this guy on about? I still don't know what he was trying to say to me. um, he probably said he played Genshin too much. He knew. But that was before I played Genshin. I played Genshin after I got home. Maybe he was a Miju game. Maybe. Because he was like staring at me. I was like, but he was like, he was like, he was like 40. Like he was like not my age, you know? So I was like, I don't really know what he wanted. Maybe he thought I was a bad driver. I don't know. And welcome in, Josh. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, it's, I there's a lot of weird experiences while driving because like don't know, like people are very crazy. I mean, 40 isn't that old. It's pretty old. You're doing well. I'm doing good too. Thanks for asking. It's a pretty cozy sun. Although I think it stopped raining, so it's just like a nice overcast day. Classic Vancouver weather. But yeah, it's also like hotter than it seems. Cause like we said, it's like quite humid. Maybe he wanted to tell you stories about the old days. No, I ran away. I ran inside. But yeah, it's a very strange interaction. This Draconian did. Oh no, he's not even here to defend himself. I'll tell him he said that. You should have got oh, he must have been telling me that. I'll be like, trust me, dude. I wanted to. Every like when I was in the market to buy a car, I think I told you this, but like when I was going to buy a car, pretty much everyone I talked, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a car soon. Everyone was like, get a Japanese car, but that was my family who like obviously are all Japanese. So, but even my uncle who's white was like, get a Japanese car, you know? So like everyone's, you know, they're a bit biased, but my one white uncle did say get a Japanese car. He does drive a Mazda. And Kimmy, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Enjoy the emotes. Um, Much needed rain indeed. You got some heavy rain on Ontario here too. Ah, it's raining all across Canada apparently. Enjoy the rain. Hope you don't have to go outside too much. I don't know if you got. I'm talking. I don't know. I'm talking about the typo. What? um, your uncle is a level 3. I don't think he is, man. He's pretty white. I mean, I guess that doesn't make you not a wee, but like his interests are very white. And like he just likes work. He just like exercise and riding his bike and stuff. You know, like that kind of thing. And welcome in, Riatsi. Your uncle's a level 3 Japan. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I would know by now. Your plant needs to hydrate? I think it does, yeah. What does that mean? Pretty what? Actually, thinking of old I see. Okay. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. That was a good joke, Ricky. I'm sorry. No. After that guy yelled at me, I told my instructor about it. I was like, oh, the guy started yelling at me. I don't know what he wanted, and she was like, man, white people are so weird. I was like, what do you mean? She said like she said some white people are so weird. That was her reaction to that random man yelling at me on the street. And I was like, you're not wrong. Yeah, some white people are weird. That is not a incorrect statement. You get it? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Some people are weird. Yeah. But anyone can be weird, I guess. But yeah, it's a. I thought her I thought her reaction was very funny. You like yelling at people out of your car? Yeah, you can't. You can't use your car as like a defense, because like some people are like really aggressive behind the wheel, and like they'll like yell at you when you're in your cars, but then if you're outside, they'll like be scared, they can't say it to your face. They can only say it behind the car. I think some people from every culture are weird. Yeah, I mean obviously there's weird people in every culture. Those single us white people. Well, it wasn't me. It was my Pilates instructor. Okay. Um, anyone except me. True, true, true. I remember one time you walking in a restaurant with your ex, and these two white dudes were like whistling at her. You're like, come on, not the white people again. Yeah, but I mean that's just messed up wherever you go. You gotta treat everyone on the street like they're willing to kill you. I mean, absolutely. I just treat everyone when I'm driving like they're gonna do something crazy. Like I'm like, I do not trust you. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't trust you. Okay, nap time. Didn't you just wake up, Patsy? When did you wake up? Um, what was I gonna say? I had oh yeah, yeah. So a lot of times I'm like driving in my parking garage, and I drive quite slow through the garage, because it's like it's a parking lot. I don't want to, but some people go really fast, right? But like there's like blind corners, like it's a parking garage, so like, you can't just like you can't if someone's coming the other way, you can't both go around the corner at the same time, right? Because like you have to wait. So like I go fairly slow, but then sometimes someone's like tailgating me all the way through, and they'll be like swerving behind me, like trying to get around me, but you can't get around me in the parking garage. Some people will be driving really aggressively behind me because I'm going too slow, right? And then we'll both park our cars, and I'll like try and like meet them in the elevator. And then when I go into the elevator, they like cannot look at me. They like cannot look at me, and a lot of times I'll like go out of my way to be like, oh, have a good night. Like after, like I don't talk to people in the elevator unless they spoke to me first. But usually I'll say like, oh, I'll be like, oh, have a good day, have a good night, or whatever. And I'll try to be like extra friendly to them so they feel bad, you know. But a lot of times that you can tell they feel ashamed. Because like they felt very confident like tailgating me through the parking lot when I couldn't see them. But then as soon as we're both out of the car, they're like, oh, that's a real person. I feel bad, you know? Um, Not gonna lie, you go to Rio in a few weeks. You're scared. Be careful, be careful. Um, it's one of the most awkward situations. I mean, it's only awkward if you're the one being a jerk in your car, you know? I was just being a responsible driver, just driving normally, and they're the ones who should feel bad. So I like to make them feel awkward. But in like a friendly way, I like to just be like, um, I like to just be extra nice to them, and I think it rubs salt in the wound. Um, don't you love when someone speeds around you and then pull up to them at the same? Yes, I love that. I love that. That happens all the time though. Like it's like, come on, like why are you being like that? Some people like will drive so aggressively around you if they think you're going like slightly too slow, or like, or the people who like will tailgate you on the highway, and then you like change lanes so they can get past you, and then they just tailgate the person in front of you. And I'm like, because like there's a lot of people who want to go fast, but they don't want to be the fastest one, right? Because they don't want to get pulled over. Because like a lot of times someone will be tailgating me, and I'm like, just go around me, like literally, like there's space, like the next lane is completely empty. You could just go around me, like there's no problem at all. But like they won't. And I'm like, okay, enjoy driving at this speed, man. I'm gonna drive extra slow because I don't want to be rear-ended because you're too close to me. Like sup buddy fancy meeting you. I know exactly, exactly. I always feel like very vindicated, you know? Because like it is true that like speeding doesn't get you to where you need to go like that much faster. Like if you're running late, speeding is not gonna make a huge difference. Like maybe it'll be like a couple minutes, you know, especially when there's a lot of like stop signs or traffic lights or stuff like that. Since you're in Miami, there's a lot of Hispanic people. Um, they sometimes after meeting me have confessed I felt cold on elevators and halls. Really? So are you colder than average? Because like I feel like here in the Pacific Northwest, people are really cold. A lot of people who move here complain that people are really unfriendly or they're like really they don't want to like hang out with you, and that's true. It is true. Most people don't want to like make new friends or anything like that. They don't want to talk to anyone in public. No one's like no, everyone's very friendly and polite. Like we're very polite because we're Canadian, but we're not like overly friendly, you know. You can be petty if someone irks you in the parking lot. One time, someone parked their SUV over the line into the spot you're going for. So you parked your motorcycle right up against their door, so they had to go to the passenger side. Oh my gosh! I welcome in law. I've never. I mean, I don't have a motorcycle, so I can't do that. Um, but yeah, it's annoying when someone parks really badly, you know? Because then now you're too close, or you have to park on your line, and then it's like a chain reaction, you know? um, just brake check the. I mean, I'm not good. Why would you want that? Like, they might actually rear end you in that situation. I do. It actually is recommended to drive slower though. If someone's tailgating you, you should drive slower because like if they're too close to you, the stopping distance is going to be too short, right? So you should go slower to make up for that. Because like, you don't want someone tailgating you with like really fast speed. Sometimes they're just trying to let them pass and they can't catch the hit. Yeah, yeah. And sometimes they get really mad. Um, in the Pacific Northwest, we're friends with their computers over IRL human. No, it's like everyone already has their friend group. Like everyone already has people they're friends with, and they're not interested in making new friends. And like people find it like tiring to like uh to attend social events, and I'm like, that's pretty relatable, you know. Um, so I think that's kind of what it is. People aren't going out of their way to be like extra friendly. It's very tough to make friends in your opinion. I mean, yeah, I think everywhere it's true that it's tough to make friends as an adult, but I think it's especially true in Vancouver. Kimmy looks like she hates you until she opens her mouth and decides to smile. I mean, that's totally fine. Um, like, I mean, that's kind of ideal. Cause then, like, I find that if you look too friendly, people will like keep trying to like talk to you, and I'm like, that's not. You don't really want that, right? Like, if you're just like going about your day, if you're grocery shopping, do you really want someone to like be like, oh, like, hey, how are you doing today? Like, where are you from? Like, why? I don't want that. You know, like, just leave me alone. I prefer to be unapproachable. I don't just smile in public. I mean, like, is that true? Like, do people just walk around smiling? That's kind of weird, no? Like, I feel like you have like a neutral expression, and I think some people's neutral expressions seem more angry than others. And welcome in, Cookie. Hope you're doing well today. There's also this one time where I'd basically taken the last parking spot. Um, there was also this one time. Oh, sorry, it's just Can I read? And the person in the car behind me tried to argue that because your motorcycle takes up half the space, you should give up the spot and try to squeeze in somewhere. What do you mean squeeze in somewhere else? Where are you supposed to park? Like, do they mean like you should park illegally? That's crazy. That's crazy. Also, like, when someone's like, do you ever have someone? Do you ever have someone like waiting for your parking spot when there's like other spots available? That's so annoying, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna rush for you. Like, I like if there's no other spots, then yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll give you my spot. But like, if there's like if there's other spots available, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna pack my groceries. I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna answer some texts, and then I'm gonna pull up the Google Maps, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna make a new playlist, whatever. Um, if you're sleepy or hungry, I mean that's totally fine. Like it doesn't really matter. Like if you look angry when you're not, like it doesn't matter. Like you're just out in public. Like small talk, yes, or like people will ask you for directions. You know, it's annoying. Um, you hate when people park next to you when you talk, and then the spot's available. Like, bro, why are you next to my car? Yeah, yeah. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they feel safer next to you, or maybe they think because you have a nice car, if someone's gonna break into a car, it's gonna be yours, and you're like the decoy car, you know. Um, you just made it to work and you got your donut. Enjoy, enjoy. I mean, don't. I guess you couldn't try and enjoy work, but enjoy the donut. Good luck at work. You're just surrounded by NPCs. I think people just make strange decisions. We will never know why. Cause like I feel like like the 99% of us will agree that like, hey, there's a lot of spots open. I would park in a spot next to nobody, you know? Cause like it's easier to park when there's no one next to you. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And then, but I think there's just like 1 in 10 people who like randomly will not do that, you know? Or like if you're like sitting in like a, say you at the airport and there's like a, you know, there's a bunch of chairs and like you're sitting by yourself, like if someone sat right next to you, that'd be super weird, right? I think I would be quite uncomfortable. I'd get up and leave. Not me in a car, making a new playlist, putting away your invoice, preparing a cup of tea, and doing your taxes. Yeah, while that guy's waiting. Yeah, some people are so crazy. Like some people, and like some I just try and like, you know, I drive quite defensively, and I'm just like, I let people do what they want. Um, like I like move out of the way of people who are driving crazy. And they can just do what they want. They could just stay away from me. Park next to a nicer car, so they're less likely to hit your car with their door. That's true. That's true. Maybe they thought your car looked lonely. So then they're like, "Ah, oh, yeah, this car can't sit alone in the parking lot." So then they park their car next to yours so that your cars can be friends. You try to mind your business and keep to yourself. You totally respect that's the Vancouver way. Don't worry about what other people are doing, you know? Um, you're by myself at work right now. Nobody's called me since 6 a.m. Now everyone is calling. Oh no. That's the worst. They should have spaced it out. They should have known. Good luck. And just to make Chikano Matt true. If you ever see what is Chikano's car? A red Honda Civic in the parking lot, make sure to park right next to it. I hate people that rev their engines though. I'm like, oh, it's white. So, oh yeah, you're right. It's white. It's white. They're waiting for you to start watching. They just knew. They just knew. They wanted to pick the most. They wanted to pick the most annoying time. What are your guys's? I mean, I guess not everyone drives, but like, what are your guys's driving pet peeves? For me, honestly, there's so many. There's so many. People do like really weird things. Um, like a lot of people just like don't signal. I'm kind of just used to that. Um, what else? What else? Honestly, I feel like I mean, I'm the one who asked the question. I'm literally the one who asked the question, but I don't really have there's so many annoying things that people do when they're driving, you know? Like people act really or you guys ever have like I don't know if you guys have this experience, but you know when the light is turning yellow and you're like, "Oh, should I go?" Like you're like, "Oh, it's kind of close." Like it's like, "Oh, it's a little bit close." I'm like, "Oh, I'll just go cuz I don't want to slam on the brakes," right? But then you go and you're like, "Oh, that was quite close." And then you look behind you and like three other cars also went. And you're like, "Okay, I guess clearly people are out here running yellow, basically red lights." You can't stand no signaling and not stopping at stop sign. You can just tell when someone's not gonna signal. You can see their car like kind of like coming into your lane. You're like, that person's not gonna signal. They just cut in. And you're like, great. Like, okay, I can understand not signaling if there's like no one near you. If it's like like I would signal anyway, but like if there's literally no one near you, like I can understand that more. But then sometimes people will like just cut in front of you, like they're like so close in front of you, and they won't signal at all. And I'm like, That's so dangerous." And welcome in, Ruska. How are you? People take the shoulder on the highway to cut through traffic. I don't see anyone doing that. Except like people on, I see people on motorcycles doing that. But I don't see anyone on a car. Maybe our shoulders are too small on the highway. Or the people like when the highway like exits, and then there's like the lane divider goes like this, right? And then like this triangle part is not a lane. You cannot drive there, but people will like cut across it because yeah, they couldn't think ahead more than 30 feet, And they're like, oh shoot, I need to get out. And then they like cut across like 3 lanes. And they cut across the part that you're not supposed to drive on. And you're like, oh, come on. Happens in Toronto. Oh, really? I only ever see motorcyclists doing it. And I think driving on, but like, I think driving on the shoulder is safer than driving between the cars. I think they call it like lane splitting. I think it's safer than that. I always get nervous when I see motorcyclists doing that. Cause I'm like, no one's shoulder checking, man. Like people are not gonna see you. You're watching a stream while you guard a vault. Ooh. Which vault is it? I hope no one steals it. No, I'm kidding. Welcome in, Fee. Hope you're doing well today. Good luck. Good luck with the vault guarding. Some people are just awful at driving. They're probably a low-level NPC. Yeah, they're just like GTA drivers, I guess. You're back. You have an ice cap. Ooh, enjoy. Like a Tim Hortons ice cap. Might be safer for someone on the motorcycle, but if you're caught, you get ticketed either way. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't do that, but we don't have a great traffic enforcement here in Vancouver, so people don't really get caught doing these things. We call it lane splitting, though in your state you're only allowed to do it when traffic is under 20 miles per hour. Oh yeah, if it's like gridlock traffic, it's probably fine. It's probably safe enough to do it. But yeah, sometimes people do it when people are moving, and it's a bit scary. You're gonna make a lot of people mad when you actually start driving. No, I think it's completely fine when you're learning. In America, do they have like the new driver sticker or like the learner driver sticker? Because we have those. If you're a new driver, if you're a learner driver, you have to put like a label on the back of your car so people know. And people will be a bit more understanding of it. You never see anyone get pulled over anymore. Me neither. Me neither. I see people going like driving like I see people driving crazy and like no one ever gets pulled over. Um, your friend came over last week and he's like going to see my new pistol and just hands it to you. Very America things. I'm like, bro, why'd you bring a gun into my house? Why did he bring it to your house? Yeah, why did he bring it? Did he think that there's gonna be some enemies to fight in your house or what? Don't you live in the suburbs? Um, it's the same here, not good traffic. I think it's the same everywhere. I think the police are busy or I don't know, maybe they're just eating donuts. I don't know what they're doing. The cool kids turn their end sideways into a Z. They do, they do. Do you have a major driver sticker? No, they didn't give me one. It was basically always legal through a mission. There wasn't a rule specifically against it until enough Karens wrote to the highway patrol, so they just put it to writing. Oh, I see, I see. But yeah, I mean, that makes sense though. Like, if you shouldn't be lane splitting above, I don't know what 20 miles per hour is. I'm assuming it's like 50 kilometers per hour. It would be kind of dangerous because like not because of you, but like because people might change lanes and not see you, right? People are not good drivers, so you gotta like think that in advance. Um, and you just gotta be extra careful if you're on a motorcycle, you know. Um, it was basically our always. Oh, sorry, I just read that. Did the new driver sticker in Canada too? Thought it was just Korea and Japan. Yeah, we have it here too. We have the learner as well. Um, we have a new driver sticker. I mean, we do in BC. I think it's different per province. And Josh, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. It's 32 Oh, that's actually quite slow. 32 kilometers is quite low. But honestly, like if you're going above that, I would not be comfortable with someone lane splitting. It would not be it would be kind of scary, I think. Um, you're you have no idea he just had it on him. That's so American, man. I've never touched a gun. I went to the. I mean, you guys know this. I went to the shooting range one time, and that's the only time I ever saw or held a gun. Motorcycles are freaking dangerous. I think they're sick, but I could never own one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like obviously, uh, a lot of people do ride motorcycles, but I personally I think it's really dangerous, and I'm always worried about people who have motorcycles. Pretty much every person, I know quite a few people with motorcycles, and I would say at least 60 to 70% of them have gotten into like a pretty major accident. And for me, I feel like I feel like it's just like I feel like most people or like quite a lot of people will get into a car accident at some point in their life, right? And if you're on a motorcycle, it's just extra dangerous. And welcome in, Ben. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I would not want a loved one to be riding a motorcycle. Like I would be really, really against it. Like if someone in my family, or just like someone I cared about was like, I'm gonna get a motorcycle, I would be really against it. Um, me out here lane splitting in a school zone. That's me. Oh my god. And also, this is speaking of insane behavior. More dangerous than a motorcycle. There's people on those like electric scooters on the highway. People have been posting videos of. I don't know if it's the same guy, but there's someone on the highway on an electric scooter, and someone in the tunnel on the highway on an electric scooter. Like, they just have a death wish. Like that's crazy. And that's definitely very, very illegal. I saw someone the other day driving down a busy road the opposite direction. And not on like the edge of the road, but like in the middle of the road, going the opposite direction on an e-bike. I was like, that person's crazy. What are they doing? It was like a multi-lane road. It's like a pretty busy road. And they were in like, there's like a divider in the middle of the road. And they were driving right beside the divider up the side. And like the people in that lane like couldn't get past him because they were going the opposite direction. I was like, bro, if you're gonna ride your e-bike on the street, ride on the right side of the road. That was crazy too. But yeah, like scooters on the highway is insane behavior. You got in your accident already? Congratulations. Um, you really, um, you really don't want yours? You have a bike? Miji, can I ride a motorcycle? I would be against it. Yeah, I would not. I mean, I'm kind of against anyone riding a motorcycle, but yeah, I would not recommend it. But people can make their own decisions. They're like motor taxis here. I don't know if that's a thing up here. I'm never riding one of those. What is that? Like a motorcycle taxi? So you have to like hold on to the back of your taxi driver. I don't love that. Um, Miju considers me a loved one. I don't think that's the case, Ratsy. I'm sorry. I'm just generally against anyone riding a motorcycle. But yeah, we don't, we don't know each other personally. You crashed once while going to work, and my parents never allowed me on a motorcycle, and I got to work by company cab and get stuck in traffic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, your parents are just worried about you, and that's completely understandable. Like, I think you were lucky. Especially, you sound like you're completely fine. I think you were lucky, but I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're not riding a motorcycle anymore. Because as much as like you may be a safe driver, we all like if you drive on the road, other people are crazy. There's some crazy drivers on the road, and you can't really account for everything. If it gets you point A to point B, worth. I mean, if it gets you point A to point B safely, worth. I've seen bikes on the highway in Miami. I know, they're crazy. They're crazy. She just doesn't want me to die so she can bully me. Who else will we bully about the K-pop shirts, Ratsy? Yeah, okay, I'm glad you're okay, Ben. And welcome in, Maestro. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I know like multiple people that have gotten quite injured while riding a motorcycle, so it's like I know a few people who I think haven't, but the majority have. Oh, you're at least one-time traffic accident. I mean, yeah, no one wants it. But I'm glad you're okay. I haven't personally gotten into a car accident, but um, I've only ever hit a parked car, and I've hit my car onto something. It was parking. All my accidents are parking related, but there was no two moving cars involved in any accident, which is good. Which is good. Good driver. That's me. Good driver, bad parker. Speaking of the new driver sticker, when I got my when I took my N test, I failed the parking part, but then the person told me that like, oh, you're not gonna kill anyone being bad at parking, so I'm just gonna pass you because you were good at the driving part, and I was like, thank you. But since then, I have learned how to parallel park. Have you ever been to Fan, Expo, or Comic Con? No, I have not. I've never been to a convention in general. Except TwitchCon. But TwitchCon is not much of a convention. You do yours, get run over by a transport truck? What? That's crazy. Hopefully you were in it, right? And welcome in, man. How'd you get hit a parked car? It was a really tight parking lot, okay? It was a really tight parking lot. And yeah, I've told this story a million times, but I was picking up my family from the airport, and that if you've ever been to YVR, you know the airport, the parking lot is quite. It's not that tight, but it's like a normal parking lot. And there was like a really fancy, nice Range Rover. And I scratched it up. And then I left a note, and then they never called me back. So I guess they didn't really care because it was like barely a scratch. I actually scratched. It was my mom's car, and I scratched my mom's car more than theirs. I mainly hit their license plate. So, it was fun. I guess they were rich enough that they didn't care because they had a really nice car, and they were parked in like the expensive airport parking, like the long term parking. That's like really expensive. It's like the valet one. So I was like, yeah, clearly they were so rich they didn't care, or the scratch was so small they didn't care. Miji goes to Collins by accident in her dun shirt. True. Even on a bus accident when you're a kid, the driver went and hit a parked truck. Ooh. Other than that, the bike not much. I mean, yeah, luckily. But yeah, I've heard that school buses are like really indestructible. Like they are designed to just like protect the children inside no matter what. So I'm sure you're completely fine in the school bus. Enjoy your food, Ricky and Kimmy. She left a death note. Yeah, that was me. If that happens, you'll need to make it look like you're writing a note in case there's any witness. No, someone watch me do it. Like this older couple watched me do it, and then I went and like I parked my car, and they were like, "Oh, you should leave a note." And then they were like giving me advice because I was really freaked out because I was like 18 or 19, right? And then so I was like really freaked out, and then I was like, they were like, "Oh, like don't worry, honey, like just write your name and number on the note, like don't write anything else on it, like don't say you're sorry, like you don't admit guilt or anything like that." Although I did, but I think that helped because they never called me back. Yeah, but they were very sweet. At least you did the right thing. I did, of course. I would never just hit and run. Um, no seatbelt on the school bus. Yeah, they don't need seatbelts because they're very secure. I actually watched a video on this, and it's actually better that you don't have seatbelts because the kid when you're trying to like get the if there's an accident and you're trying to get the kids out, a lot of times the seatbelts can be a bit of a hindrance. Um, and welcome in Zirconian. How are you? You just said about school buses, but every school bus I've ridden on did not have. No, yeah, that's on purpose. That's on purpose. But like they pretty much don't need seatbelts because they're very like they're pretty much built like tanks. Is what I've heard. Like the frame of the frame of the bus is like really solid. Um, and so pretty much like if you get in an accident with the school bus is just gonna crush the other car. Don't admit guilt. Accuse the parked car of hitting you. True. You guys gotta Uno reverse them. That's the play. Burns evidence the car and run. Oh no, oh no. No, I'm a lawful citizen, don't worry. I left a note. That'll be sick to daily drive a tank. I mean, you can be. You could be a school bus driver. Um, leaves the Uno reverse card as well, of course. The kids in the school bus will still become projectiles without seatbelts. No, like the back of the seats are really high. I think that's the like if you've ever been in a school bus, the school bus seats are really like if I was sitting there, the seat would be like a little above my head. So like what the kids would have nowhere to go. They're like these really like foamy cushioned seats. So I think they would just hit the seat in front of them, which is not too far away. What if I stand in the aisle of the school? Then you would become a projectile, yeah. But that's why the kids have to stay sitting. Um, but yeah, it's a apparently they specifically did not put in seatbelts. Yeah, it's a that's at least what the YouTube video said. You never sat unless you nap. Were you standing up in the school bus? Well, then in that case, it would be your own fault if you died in an accident. Or if you became a projectile in an accident. That would just that's on you. You should stay sitting. Don't stand in a moving vehicle. Yeah, it's the school bus seats are sponsored by Dentist. We'll break our teeth slamming our face. No, kids don't need their teeth. They just get new ones. It's fine. It's fine. It's your baby teeth. How else would I become a projectile? That's true. That's true. If that's your dream of becoming a projectile, like go for it. But yeah, I was watching videos about like, or no, I was like reading something about seatbelts, and it like really freaked me out. They're like, oh, like if you're quite small and like the seatbelt goes onto your lap, or sorry, if the seatbelt is across your like is the seatbelt across your stomach and not across your lap, um, it will like it could like it could just like crush your organs. Is when you get into an accident instead. Um, but I was like, how does the seatbelt go over your lap? That's crazy. And they're like, oh, the seatbelt shouldn't go into your neck. I'm like, that's it's just how it works. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? You know? Um, it is a similar situation. In your previous job, you left a note in both languages since I didn't know who the owner was, and ended up being an old lady who was speaking the same day for a long time. Oh no. You're really embarrassed you paid the paint scott. I'm sure they appreciated you owning up to it and, you know, paying for it. But yeah, it's annoying. It is annoying. And it, it's a bit embarrassing, yeah, but I'm sure it happens to everyone at some point. You became a projectile once when I flew over the handlebars of your bike. That happened to me too. um, is that why we have baby teeth? Because kids are gonna inevitably destroy them. I think that's exactly why we have baby teeth. Welcome in, Red. I'm reading well today. I mean, yeah, kids are always like, I swear, like kids have like a death sentence, right? Like they're always like wandering. Like if there is something dangerous, nearby, they will be trying to go to it. You know. Don't wear seatbelts for safe. Yeah, don't wear seatbelts because it will rupture your organs. No, I'm kidding. Um, you checked online and there's a warning. No, regarding an incident at the airport. No, they never called me. I swear. um, you and Kimmy have the same car. Yeah, yeah, I've heard. I've heard. We're car twins. Yes. Our Hyundai venues. You guys ever seen a skull with baby teeth and their adult teeth above them? Sure, I have not seen that. That sounds. I guess yeah, they would be in there, but I never really thought about that. That's terrifying. Um, one person that died that way, their car took a hit while entering the road from the side, and her organs got crushed by the seatbelt. Oh, yeah, that's so scary, right? Like, obviously, like wearing a seatbelt is still better than not. But from what I've heard, apparently, a lot of the safety testing they do is they do it on like the average, like an average size man. So a lot of women will be a lot smaller, or like women's bodies are different. Like a lot of times, like the seatbelt, like obviously women have breasts, you know. So if you have like a larger chest, like the seatbelt doesn't actually work correctly. It's not like bracing your body correctly because it's like not in the right spot, right? So I think they were saying like a lot of the safety measures are, if you're like taller than average or shorter than average, or if your body is different than like an average man, then a lot of the safety measures won't work exactly as intended. And especially the thing I worry about as well is like, because I'm quite short, like the airbag. I swear, like if the airbag ever goes off, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna go like straight into my face. Like I don't know where the airbag is supposed to go, but like I swear, like I think if your arms are shorter, you're like too far away from the airbag. So it's like, or you're too close to the airbag. Sorry. So like I think a lot of times, um, like a lot of times, like the airbag can be very dangerous as well. Um, how heavy is the average man? I don't know what the crash test dummies are actually designed for. It's something like that. Like it is like imagine like a mannequin. I think it's like something like that. No. Um, Means you're gonna get an uppercut by the air. Yeah, I imagine a airbag opening in your face is like pretty painful. No. I think it could like really mess you up if it's too close. That's why like people are like, oh, like try and sit as far as away from the steering wheel as you can, with like obviously still reaching the steering wheel. And then like adjust the height of the seatbelt as you can. But my seatbelt doesn't adjust the height, so like it's always digging into my neck. Can't wait to drive my Honda ceasefire agreement, Civic Accord. True, true. I think the crash test dummies are 80 kilograms. Yeah, I'm gonna go flying, man, or be crushed. I have no idea. I don't know if this makes sense, but what is different from K-pop and regular pop or hip hop? In my opinion, I think K-pop is not necessarily a musical genre, but a an industry. I think K-pop is there's so many different songs, and not even all the songs are in Korean. I wouldn't necessarily define K-pop by that. I think for me, K-pop is produced by K-pop is music made by a group that went through the K-pop entertainment process. Like they were like trainees, and then they're like manufactured by a company, and they're like under entertainment company. That's how I would define K-pop. I think it's more of an industry than a music genre because it's so broad now. And welcome in, Angel. 2025 still working. You gotta make sure it's not outdated information. You're fatter than a crash test dummy. Guess I shouldn't wear a seat. Yeah, that's exactly what we should do. Um, the Japanese seatbelt airbag company was under scrutiny because their airbags had shrapnel in it. Bro, what? So we shouldn't trust Japanese cars? What you're saying? um, X-Ray 00. Come on. And welcome in, Kaiser. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, I'm doing good. You beat me to it. I'm doing good. How are you? Have you ever played GTA 5 where we crash at high speed, the main character flies out the winch? They gotta wear their seatbelt. Were they not wearing it? Um, so no Cat's Eye. I think they are. I think they are still a K-pop group, no? Because I think they're under YG. I can't remember. They're under some company. You have short legs, and I see Ricky trying to fit on your seat. Yeah, yeah. I have to sit quite close. We might we could just trade cars. Maybe our seats are in the same spot. I would redeem cosplay and write in free rent, but she's not gonna give me my points back. No, absolutely not. Um, it was like 90s models airbag. Oh, okay, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything is better in Japan. They even have more shrapnel in their airbag. Ah, man, I was in Japan right now with shrapnel in my airbag. You're doing well. Checking over your pets and your plants. Aw, what pets do you have? And welcome in, Jackson. You love the Leon plushie. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's like half the people will be like, "Oh, that's Leon. I like the plushie," and then some people, and then half the people will be like, "Who is that? Who's that on your mic?" And I'm like, "Guys, you don't know Leon?" Um, Cat's Eye is Hybe. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I think I still would still consider them K-pop. The thing that's suspect now is happening to Western medical vehicles, not the actual ones in Japan. So they put shrapnel in the foreign, the ones they export, but not in the Japanese ones, of course. Did they do a recall or all 90s Japanese cars just death traps? Yeah, they're just death traps, yeah. Um, you have a few pets, you have a list of all of them saved. Oh my god, wait, how many do you have? I'm not sure if that's a recall or not, but it was on there must have been a recall. That's crazy. There's no way it wasn't a recalled. Oh my gosh, you have a common boa, a Sara gecko, a colony of powder orange ice. What's an isopod? Lava isopods. Ember bee. There's a lot of isopod. I don't know what that is. Oh. Roly polies. Oh, okay, okay. Snake, gecko, and only. You knew I was gonna ask that, man. Three Puerto Rican tree millipede. Oh, that's scary. And the Ember bees have their own setup. Aw, it sounds like they're well taken care of. As much as I do not want millipedes anywhere near me, it sounds like they're in a loving home with you. You should open up a zoo. You should, you should. Basically has her own zoo. Um, Technically the powder orange is lava. The millipedes are just a cleanup crew, gecko and boa. Wait, does the boa not, like the gecko and boa, do they not eat the bugs? I thought they would eat bugs. But I guess they don't. You had a pet spider in your bathroom the other day, but I let it free outside. If you love it, let it go, you know? There's a shame millipede. They're such sweethearts. They're like milling around, munching on dead leaves. Me and bugs don't go well together, but I'm happy that you enjoy them. As loving them means you have to we said the same thing. Great minds think alike. Am I right? But yeah, I would not let bugs anywhere in my house. But if other people want to have bugs in their house, that's their decision. You know? And they're not bug. Are they not bugs? Are millipedes not bugs? I mean, I'm okay with snakes. I don't like. They're not insects. I think they're all bugs. No? Is a spider not a bug? How do we define bugs? There's a difference between having beetles in a terrarium and having your whole flat full of stink bugs. Oh, my whole flat full of stink bugs. No, there hasn't been stink bugs in a couple of years now. They're chilling. Um, the only bugs I see these days are. I mean, it's raining now, so there's no. But they mainly have like flies. The term bugs is exclusive to insects. What? That's crazy. But like, I feel like people colloquially will use bugs for all things that crawl or fly. You know, you know, uh, like uh, like spiders. Like I think most people would call spiders bugs. No, at least in terms of biology, right? Yeah, the same way that tomato is technically a fruit, but if you say, hey, do you want some fruit? And then you give them a tomato, they're gonna be like, well, it's not really what I asked for, you know? Or someone's like, oh, can you have me some berries? And they give you a banana. Like, I just, not technically correct. um, just make your flat a terrarium. Oh, that's like my worst nightmare. Um, I'd honestly rather have a snake in my house than like a wasp, you know? Unless a snake is like really dangerous. Some might call it a roach infestation. Some may refer to it as a terrarium apartment. Yeah, so if you're ever like apartment hunting and it's like infested by bed bugs, they're like, oh, it's a terrarium apartment. There's just like 5,000 bed bugs living here. Enjoy. Um, roly polies are also not bugs; they're crustaceans. Ooh, no wonder I like the roly polies. Um, as for my boa and gecko, your boa has zero interest in isopods. They're far too small for him. Oh, I see, I see. Fair enough. He has standards. uh, get a monkey to pick out your life. Oh my gosh. They're arachnids, not really bugs. Look like close cousins. I mean, yeah, but like everyone, if you said a spider was a bug, I think most people would acknowledge that. You know, like a terrarium apartment in Vancouver probably still costs 3,000 a month. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Maybe if it's infested by bed bugs, you get a little bit of a discount. But that would not be worth. Man, you know, some people like bed bugs bite them and they don't get like bug bite marks. But for me, like any bug bite will like ruin me. As for my gecko, he probably snacks on the isopods from time to time, but they're so prolific. Damn, doesn't matter. The millipedes are too big for him. They secrete a bitter toxin if they're scared, so they leave each other alone. Oh, you have a whole like ecosystem going on there. That's cool. Can you even see bed bugs? Yes. Yes, you can. They're quite small though. You should really like whenever I go to a hotel, I do check the mattress for bed bugs. You can see them. I've never seen them yet, but I'll be ready when the day comes. Misconception is the right answer is a really common thing. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a difference between being technically correct and what's used like by people regularly, you know? Um, Snakes in general eat whole prey items. Oh yeah, they eat like snakes and not snakes. They eat like mice and stuff like that, right? Bugs are Miju's kryptonite. Absolutely. Do you bring a blacklight to the hood? No. There's some things that you're better off not knowing. Okay, I would never bring a blacklight to the hotel. That's terrifying. I already think hotels are pretty disgusting. Even a really nice hotel, I think, is quite gross. Cause like do you real like they don't clean like everything, right? Like I already think hotels are a bit gross. I'm not a huge fan. In hotels, to take around with your flashlight and your phone, check under the mattress. Same, same. I like the bed bug. You'll see them in like the edge of the mattress. Like I am not bringing bed bugs home. You know. I don't go as far as like some people are like, oh, I take our suitcases, I put them in the bathtub, and then I check the entire place for bed bugs, you know? And I'm like, okay, I don't go that far. I don't put my suitcase in the bathtub, but um, maybe I would think differently if I ever brought bed bugs home. If I brought bed bugs home, I probably would start putting my suitcase in the bathtub. You just eat all the frozen, thawed prey items. I give him like rats and quails. Damn, that's crazy. If you were to hold Miju up, don't use a gun. Use a spike. Wait, that would work. That would work though. Like if someone was like, "I'm gonna put this spider on you if you do not give me all your money," I am like giving that person all my money. You know, I'd be like, "Please keep that spider away from me. I will pay you. I will bank transfer you." um, I don't know how much I would pay to avoid You know, if I could pay to never see a spider again, to like never have a spider within like 20 feet of me, I would actually pay good money for that. Like no joke. I think I would pay like $10,000. Is that crazy? I think that's crazy, right? But I would if someone was like, if some magician, not magician, sorry, if some like wizard came up to me and was like, hey, I can keep all spiders away from you for the rest of your life for $10,000. If I knew for sure it would work, I would take it. Me just giving me prepper vibe. No, you do not want bed bugs, okay? Check your hotel for bed bug. If you bring a bed bug home, it will ruin your life for like a year, okay? Like you do not want that. Suitcase in the bathtub would attract the sewer slug. No, the sewer. I'd rather have sewer slugs than bed bugs. What if you eat the spider to look crazy and scare? Oh my god, eating the spider alive. That's disgusting. Australia would hold up Miji so easily. Yeah, I would just be giving all my money away in Australia. Tarantulas are such sweethearts, though. Pretty much cats, but with less effort to care for. You know what? Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree, Kaiser. I respect your opinion, but I cannot be near them. And welcome in, Anthony. Keep a loaded spider in your nightstand. Make sure to keep the safety on. We can't be Gil because he would need a magical artifact first. I would give him one. I would give him. I have a nice ring to give him. What do you mean? Bedbug is a cute. It is a cute name, but like it's a cute name for an awful thing. You're sleeping with the bedbugs. You can come enjoy being covered in enjoy being covered in bug bites, man. If you bring home bedbugs, it'll be end up having to have your house fumigate. Absolutely, yeah. Random wild spider holds up Michi for all her cash. I know, I know. Tarantulas literally have paws and toe beans. What? Do they have paws? I've never looked closely enough. Plus they're massive fashionistas. They do happy dances when they. What do you mean they're massive fashionistas? Are they out here wearing hats? Do you give a hat to your tarantula? I don't think you have a tarantula. You didn't list it in your zoo itemized list. Bedbug is way too nice sounding and for a name that for a bug that sucks your blood while you sleep. Yeah, and like they like you cannot get rid of them. They can live for like 6 months without food. They're crazy. They're currently not failing miserably to make stare work. It's working. It's working. I saw it. I saw the stare when I mentioned the ring. Personally, I think tarantulas are cool. Would you want one in your house? Um, More like they're fashionistas regarding their homes. They aggressively landscape and redecorate their homes until it's to their liking. Honestly, relatable. Relatable. In Norwegian, they're called Vegadier, which translates to wall and I'm gonna start calling them that. Bedbugs is too nice of a name. I think wall animals is the way. I mean, I wouldn't want a big chilling, but I also wouldn't be afraid. So you don't like small bugs, you don't like small spiders, but you like massive spiders. Um, but yeah, I have no idea. Um, you like all spiders, you just don't want them in your. Oh, okay. You're okay with them, but no. Wall animals is bed bugs. Wall animals is bed bugs, not trench. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess spiders do sound like wall animals. You love a small spider, but once they're bigger than like 4 centimeters, they scare me. Just 4 centimeters. Maybe something like that. I hate big spiders. Oh my gosh. Like the biggest spiders we have here are like wolf spiders. Um, but those ones are like kind of like mini tarantulas, but they're not tarantulas. Um, Gotta go. Lots of work. Oh no. Good luck. Good luck. Hope it goes well, Gimme. Thanks for stopping by. Bed bugs are wall animals. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think in the context of the conversation. Weren't they called yeah, they should be called bed animals. Um, the funny thing is that the largest spiders are the gentlest, least dangerous. I know. Because every time I talk to an Australian person, and like the huntsman spider comes up, they're like, "Oh, the huntsman spider is so nice. It would never hurt you." And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if it's not gonna hurt me. That's terrifying. Um, you have a friend who keeps some tarantulas. She planted a flower in one of their enclosures, and the tarantula said, "Absolutely not." Ripped it up and replanted. Wait, the tarantula replanted it? That's crazy. I didn't know they could do that. That's cool. I can appreciate that they're cool, but I just don't want it near me. The same way that I'm like, oh, a, I don't know, like a tiger is cool, but I don't want it near me. The trapdoor spider, isn't that like a really dangerous one? You also like to troll her by kicking dirt into the. It also like to troll her by kicking dirt into the water bowl. It's like immediately after it was cleaned. Oh my gosh, the silly spider. And Walkman Clarence, Australia's not a real place. Oh no. Chill in the cribbo and eat pedestrians. No, no, no. Me just nothing to worry about. Worry about the huntswomen spider. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't be so sexist. um, in spiders in general are all way smarter than people think. I mean, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Spider in Norwegian is edderkopp, whose etymology I just googled is a pro-Germanic word for poison and something round. Oh, not sorry, proto-Germanic, not pro-Germanic. Poison round. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Round, yeah, just going around describing spiders. Like, hey, get the round poison out of here. The wall animals. I like these translations. Best definition. Yeah, it works. It works. I can see it. I don't know how we got the word spider from. I have no idea. Maybe if we translated. I don't think spider does have a translation. Doesn't make sense, right? Um, Spiders will act straight up learn your daily routine to avoid you, because shocking no one, they're terrified of you. The reason you usually see a spider because they didn't learn your routine yet, or you messed up your own routine. Ah, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Zirconia's helping me become fluent in his language, so when I visit, you're basically alone. Zirconia's gonna show up to Norway. Sorry, she's kind of just gonna show up to Norway, being like taco for dog, Adderkop. He's gonna have like the weirdest vocabulary. I think I read that the kanji for animal can be read individually as a thing that moves. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Which is not wrong as well. It's pretty broad, but it's not wrong. Jokes a spider. I'm also terrified of them. I know, same. The feeling is mutual. Tucker for a dog, my fellow animals. And they're gonna be like, whoa, this guy is basically a native. That's crazy. They're gonna be so impressed by you. The channel has big plans to open a Tucker for dog shop in Norway. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had a bug in my apartment in a while. I've had generally some flies. There's been some flies around. But nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, it hasn't been as crazy as last year. Last year I had this giant bug and I was like, guys, what's this bug? And it was a crane fly. Those things are massive. They're so scary. And sometimes a wasp comes in and I like hide. I'm like, oh no, I need to evacuate. You moving to Vancouver? Do it, Ricky. I mean, Kimmy sounds like she would fit right in. I think she would love it here. You guys can move to Vancouver. And like, do you really want to live in America? You know, like, just come over. There will be there's definitely less bugs in Brazil. And there's less dangerous things in Florida, for sure. Me the worm and me too as well. I'm okay with worms. Worms are pretty chill. Like I don't want them like in my house, but like they're fine. I could deal with one. They're pretty chill little guys. I wouldn't mind keeping some as pets, but sadly they're too fragile. Um, Unhandleable for me. They need live prey, which you need to keep. A bit too much hassle. Oh yeah, that's a bit annoying. They prefer reptiles and amphibians more. So if you feed a snake like a mouse or something like that, does it just eat the whole thing, or is there like blood? Does it just swallow it? I guess it depends how big the snake is, right? I guess smaller snakes probably don't eat that. But I'm not sure what. Maybe if you kept a frog in your house, it would eat all the bugs that come in, right? If you let the frog jump around in your house. You want a shoebill stork as a pet? That'd be sick. I think it would terrorize you. You know, I think it would. I think it would. I think it would know. Such a waste because they couldn't taste it. I don't know. There's some blood from the initial bite strike, but not really. He just eats the whole. Damn, that's crazy. And I was like, what if it makes like if you've ever had like a dead mouse around your house or something, like like if the cat catches it, like a cat, and then like there's like it's like such a mess. Right? I was like, I would hate cleaning up like dead rats all the time, you know. But I guess if they just swallow a whole, fair enough. Wait, so this is really a random question. I'm sorry if this is too personal for your snake, but like, does it like poop out the bones, or like does it just digest all the bones? Where do the bones go? If it just digests it all, that's crazy. Because I feel like there's a lot of other things, you know. I mean, maybe they just eat a whole. Yeah, we used to have like back home, our neighbor's cat for some reason liked us and sometimes would leave us like dead animals on our doorstep. That's like the worst. Like they do it because they're like they think it's like you would enjoy it. You know, they're like, oh, like I'm gonna catch this for you and leave it at your door. And then like, but then like it's like okay, like I don't want this dead animal here. Like thank you. It's pretty much all digested meat with the hair and some other bones left behind. That's pretty impressive. The isopods come in to clean. Oh, okay. That I understand. I understand the ecosystem now. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sounds like it's very well thought out. That's cool. I feel like those kind of like there's a lot that goes into taking care of some of these pets than you think. Like for example, like the people who have like aquariums and stuff, like they're actually like very complex. You know? Would you like me to leave you dead rats? Aren't you ratsy though? Like what would that mean? Is that like I don't think that would be appropriate. But no, I would not. I don't think you have to ask. I would not like that. Please, give them to someone else. It's a lot of thought into setting up the environment, but maintaining it is pretty. I mean, yeah, that makes sense because it's like all like self maintaining, I guess. Yeah, the king of the rats. You can get some to volunteer. Great, great. Thank you. Would love that. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. You guys can just talk about rats or whatever it is you like to do. Enjoy the Malamart and BRB. Okay, I'm back. How is everyone doing? How is your guys' let's do our favorite activity. Let's rate our week. You know, it's like the start of a new week, but last week. Let's rate our week out of 10. She's back. Oh no, I'm sorry. You guys enjoy the mallow. You gotta enjoy the mallow time while it lasts, you know? I'll start. I would rate my week a 9 out of 10. Pretty good week, you know? Can't really complain. What one? Bro, what happened? 1 out of 10 will be like someone died. Like that is not, guys. We cannot have this again. We used to have a huge argument about what's the average week. You know, like surely. Five, okay, yeah, 5 out of 10 sounds more. One, how would one be average? Like, what would bad week be? Like -10? We don't go into negatives. 8 out of 10. Okay, not bad, not bad. Probably like a 6. Your back has been acting up. Oh no, the old age is getting to you. Hope it feels better soon. Yesterday complained about a lack of rain. It poured like the world was ending yesterday afternoon. And we lost power at work and caused all kinds of stress for your boss and me. Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess you got what you be careful what you wish for, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy. I hope it's all resolved now. If you don't make a weak scale score, how would we know how to rank it? Okay, I would say like anywhere from one to 3 is like, okay, like 1 is like the worst week of your life, okay? And 3 is like an awful week. And then 5 is like an average week. It's like nothing really, it's not like, it's particularly good, it's not particularly bad, it's like an average week, okay? And then 7, I would say, is like, it's like a pretty good week. It's like, oh, it's not it was generally positive, you had fun. And then say 8 to 10 is like, you had a great week. Like, it was just generally quite positive. And then I guess if 1 is the worst week of your life, then 10 is like the best week of your life. Maybe my 9 is too high. They're all bad weeks. No, they can't all be bad weeks and then become average. You know? Like it's like your life average of weeks, you know? Just active 5. No, I'd say I have a pretty good week. I would also give it 8 out of 10. 10 is only use of media streams all 7 days. Then my week would be like a 4 if I streamed every day. I don't know if I would enjoy that. I think you should rate different aspects of it and then make an average. Oh, what are the different aspects of your week? Like oh, how did you sleep throughout the week? What kind of food did you eat? And then like, what did you do? Like, what activities did you do? How was work? That's too many things, though. We need like an algorithm to make our week score. Of course, they're all bad when you keep playing COD, CS, and League. That's true. If you play League of Legends, it automatically brings you down a point. Every day is good except for Tuesday. What about Tuesdog? Sorry, it's not Tuesdog. It's Tursdog. I'm sorry. My Norwegian. Hang out with us will bring your week down. Back to the drawing. Yeah, hanging out with you guys every day. No, it would just be like a really tiring week. No, if I streamed every day, I don't know how people do it. If they stream that long, you know. Like I feel like it would take it out of me. I'd be like too much socialization, you know. Even though it's not like real socialization, it's still like even if it's not real socialization, it's still like you gotta be like on, you know. You haven't played COD in a while, and it's still 5 out of 10. Tursdog equals Tuesday, Torsdog equals Thursday, but for dog is a taco day. Yeah, who knows? They really didn't think that through. But I guess having taco day on Friday is still kind of nice because it's like at the weekend, you know? Unless it's your only job, then you have the extra energy to normal job stops from the rest. That's true. I guess the people who don't have a day job can just stream as if it's their job. which they do because it is their job. And then you have more. But like for me, I would be working, and then every day after work, I'd be streaming. That's too much, you know? Um, Cause like I used to stream, I talk about this all the time, but like I used to stream a lot more when I was in school. When I was in school, and then like right after I graduated, I streamed a lot because like I had nothing to do. I had no life responsibilities. Things were chill. I had a lot of time, you know. But then when I started work, it's like I was like, oh, you really, there really isn't that much time in the day. Being here by itself is a strong low rating. Okay. Um, but aside from that, 8, 900. Okay, okay. We like to keep things positive. That's good. That's good. Having a taco day every day is good for your health. Is it? I mean, I guess a taco could be healthy. You could put a lot of veggies in it and stuff like that. Work less and speak for yourself. I mean, there's more time in some aspects because there's like you don't have homework, right? Like once you finish work, you can just. I mean, unless your job is like following you home. Um, like when you finish work, you can just like chill and you don't have to. There's no homework, there's no studying or anything like that. But um, I don't know. Like I had a fair amount of time when I started work and I was living at home. But then when I moved out, I think there's just more stuff, right? Like it's like a lot of when you're living at home, like you share the responsibilities with your or either your parents or your family does stuff for you or you share that responsibility, right? Like you don't do all of it. But then when I was living alone, like you do all of it, right? So like that took up a lot of more time than I was expecting. And it still does. It still does. That's just kind of how it is, you know? And welcome in, sharing in. Hope you're doing well today. Toby's back. Yeah, Toby's back. Yeah, he's hanging out. He was on the sofa, but then he came back here. He's saying hi. I mean, Toby's sleeping all the time, but like he's saying hi to you. You can get one as well. I think he's from Amazon. Yeah, it's I mean, there is time in the week, but for me, I feel like streaming 3 times a week is like pretty optimal. You know, like it's like I have I have 4 other weekdays to do things, and some weekdays I am busy, and then I have like the rest of the day on the weekends to do stuff, and it's kind of nice. Do you watch any anime? I do not. I'm sorry. You got a Minecraft Toby plushie. There's foxes in Minecraft. I guess so. Yeah, I guess there is. Um, Kimmy gifted it to you. Oh, sweet. That's sweet. I don't have any Minecraft plushies, I'm afraid. The only video game ones I have are Pokemon ones and this little Kog'Maw right here. We don't have that kind of pizza. They don't have that kind of pizzas anywhere, Ricky. Let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, it was just. I mean, I had enough time to like game all day yesterday, so I was kind of chilling. I was kind of chilling. And not only that, pretty crazy news. I played Baldur's Gate on my iPad. I recently discovered. I mean, Ricky has talked about it before, so I knew it existed, but I didn't know it was free. The Nvidia GeForce Now is free. If like in the there's like a free tier where you have to like wait to get access to a computer to stream it from, and you can only play for 1 hour. But the free tier, like you can just play for 1 hour for free. And I played Baldur's Gate on my iPad. Like that's pretty crazy. I was like, damn, the future is now. That is crazy. It works really well. What do you mean? What's sucky about it that it's only in 1 hour? What's GeForce Now? It's like a service hosted by Nvidia, and you basically like can stream a game from one of their computers. So like if say you want to play Baldur's Gate on your iPad, you basically stream it from them. As long as you own the game, you can play it, and it was free. You know, Nvidia is one of the most valuable companies on earth. Really? I mean, I guess that makes sense. They could just afford to give away these computer times for free. I think it works really well the first time, then it sucks. Really? Wait, why? Do they just know you've done it before, so then they just like throttle you? That's weird. Cause there's a free tier, right? They're not getting anything out of you except for you have to watch some ads while you wait for your spot in the queue. What sucks about it? Like it's like laggy or? I mean, I think it works quite well for Baldur's Gate because it's not like real time, right? It's like pretty quick. But yeah, I was thinking about paying for like a month maybe for it to have like more than 1 hour playtime. But you know, one hour is not the worst. Didn't you have a queue? I did, but it was only a few minutes. There was like 10 people ahead of me. It was really fast. I need to find a new Baldur's Gate build to hyperfixate on. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I think I was just playing a bard again, and I like playing life cleric because I like just healing. I like healing at every opportunity. Take 1 damage, heal. That's the real way to play. That's how I play Pokemon too. You guys know this. You guys know this. I'm like, oh, I took some damage. Gotta heal. I gotta heal immediately. And that's what holds me back. Like real pizza? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Real pizza. Okay, let's go. Let's go. 10. I guess more people use it here. Less is 200. Really? I had like 10 and then it dropped down to 7 and then I was like, you're next. It was like so fast. Maybe there's just less servers, maybe in South America. That might be it. Because I was playing from Seattle. Because I got a notification from Steam saying like, did you log in from Seattle? So unless Chicano was hacking my Steam account to play some LARPer games in secret, then yeah, my server was in Seattle. If you stack enough sleight of hand on a rogue, you can pickpocket every vendor for their potions every day. I do love a good potion. I used all mine though just now on the owlbear fight. I assumed it was like a market strategy to make you buy it since it works really well. Well, I don't know. I've only tried it once, so I can't confirm the later on thing, but I'll let you know. And welcome in, Sat. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you? And welcome in, protagonist. Hope you're doing well today. I'm definitely a hacker. You caught me. Oh no, Chicano's hacking my Steam account and removing all my LARPer games. It was me hacking you. Were you? Did you drive to Seattle to hack me? My last honor mode run, you pickpocketed every vendor clean. Only aggroed a couple vendors all run. Well, I go through a lot of potions, so I'm gonna need that. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm guessing there's just less GeForce servers in South America, or maybe more people trying to use them. Maybe less people have PCs. That could be. Or maybe it's just more popular of a service. I have no idea. Or maybe I was playing at a pretty peak time. It was like Saturday evening, so like surely a lot of people would be gaming. Is she leaving now that you're here? Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I'll probably be streaming at least another hour. So you get to chill. You get to hang out with us. I was just talking about my experience with playing on NVIDIA GeForce Now. I played Baldur's Gate on my iPad and I was like, this is crazy. Like this is the future. Like, do I even need a PC anymore? Like I was thinking these things. I was like, man, I could play like all these not even sponsored. I was playing it for free. It's a free tier. Trying to take out every LARPer one by one with your hacking skills. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that, Satya. The cloud service. Yeah, where you can play games on the cloud. It was pretty crazy. I was like, I can't believe this works. It was terrible quality. It was like so blurry. But it worked. There wasn't really any lag. Like it was like the quality of the game was pretty bad. Like the resolution was bad, but the performance was really good. I didn't have any lag or anything. I didn't have anything like that. I do have really fast internet though, so that's probably helps. gaming on a tablet is unhinged. No, gaming on a tablet is great. I play Genshin on my tablet. I play TFT on my tablet. Time for a nap now. Enjoy your nap, Ratsy. There are 2 to 3 servers in South America and around 11 in North America. I mean, there's probably not. They probably do like multiple sessions on one server, right? Like it's probably like a bunch of virtual machines on each server. I would guess. I have no idea because like you're not all waiting for 2 servers, right? Like that wouldn't make sense. Or like 2 sessions. Not as fast as my internet. Wait, how fast is your internet? I have gigabit. Do you have more than gigabit? If so, why? You've seen terrible experiences playing cloud versions of a game. I mean, I think it works quite well for Baldur's Gate because it's like a turn-based game, right? Like there's no like quick reaction speeds or anything like that. So like I think in that situation it's like completely fine. In Baldur's Gate you don't really play for the graphics. You know, the graphics are pretty bad. Maybe I think it's on the free tier. That's why it could probably run better graphics on a higher tier. But the frame rate was stable. Maybe the loading times were a little long, but I'm not sure. You have fiber. I have fiber too. If only you can relate. Oh no, you have slow internet. And welcome in, Vince. I'm doing good. How are you? I don't know if I understood what you said, but I guess it searches for the one that has less traffic at the moment. Yeah, I'm guessing, like, what I mean is, like, it's not like only 2 people can play at once. It's, like, 2 servers, but, like, many people are playing on one server, I'd assume. But, yeah, it sounds like there's, like, triple or maybe 5 times the servers for North America than South America. Then got fiber? What? That sucks, man. I'm sorry. We just fiber so you can stream multiple episodes of Dun Dun at the same time. No. I think you still got the name wrong. As a Dun Dun fan, I think it's Da Dun. No. Dun Da Dun? I thought it's Da Dun Dun. Am I wrong? Sorry, I'm the biggest fan, so I should know. Draconian's shoot, fake fan. And Floor, thank you so much for the cookie. I appreciate it. Draconian's, come on. Dun. Come on, I missed out. On King Weaver, never wrong about anime. I should have known. I should have defaulted to your expertise. I'm sorry. You can keep your level 3 status there. More like don't. Yeah, don't watch that. Don't watch that. Also written as Dan. I should call it that. I should to be as least weeby as possible. I'll just start pronouncing Japanese things really incorrectly. How about that? Dan Schneider. Wait, that's a good idea, Angel. Associate it with something very repulsive so people don't want to watch it. Getting a season 3 in production. Not the anime talk. Oh no. Yeah, I was at Uniqlo and there was like a dun merch section. So I posted on Discord. I saw that there was AT&T fiber in your neighborhood, but I don't think it's accessible for your place. Hopefully soon. You could have some nice fast internet. You're talking about creepy. The song is called Creepy Nuts. What? Why? Is there some real creepy almonds over there? Like, what was... Don't know the title? Who knows? Thanks for the bits, Floor. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't condone watching or listening to this. I'm sorry. The thought of almond milk is pretty creepy. That's true. Like, you're not wrong. But yeah, I can't believe I didn't know the name of my favorite show. Creepy Nuts makes sense according to the plot. What does that mean? I don't want to know. What level, what weeb level was the Dun again? Was it level 2? I think it was, right? Almonds are such a water-intensive crop. Yeah, no wonder they're creepy. And welcome in, Big. Hope you're doing well today. Um, level 2. Yeah, okay. Level 2 makes sense. Depending on how it goes, we might have to raise it to a level 3. Level 3 weeb behavior, you know? Yeah, when I was walking past the convention, there was a lot of level 3s around, you know? I could just tell. But yeah, it's I don't even know what we would do. Like, I don't even know what level 4 would be. You know, like everyone was like, we were talking about level 4 in the Discord, but like, what would level 4 even be? That's the name of the band. Oh, it has the name of the band. Okay. Can you smell the level 3s before you could say? I was like outside in like a very well ventilated area, so like I couldn't smell any of them. But I'm sure if you, as soon as you went inside, you could smell it. It's weird as hell though, level 3, but I stand with not quite. Okay. The song is called Otonoke. Okay. I will not look it up. The level 4s are currently in Japan, desperately trying to. No, that's the other branch. Cause I'm talking about the media branch, level 4. Cause like there's no level 4 in the media branch, you know. But on the culture branch there is a level 4, but those people aren't allowed here, you know. But would we even want a media branch level 4? If someone went beyond having like a wall of body pillows and anime figurines and like, you know, like I feel like that's like, do you even want that? That app is definitely level 4. Well, what's the app? I didn't even read it properly. Okay, it was a media, sorry. New Japanese app lets real anime girls call you to say I love you when you're feeling. Yeah, that's level 4. That is level 4. Yeah, absolutely. If you're having a fake relationship with the anime character, then you definitely are level 4. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think level 4 should be super degenerate ones where they're super fixated on a character, like having their pictures all over their house. Yeah, if they're like super delusional, super degenerate, really, really obsessed with one character, yeah, that would be level 4. I don't think we would want those people. Funny, even new followers are acclimated with the weeb levels. Yeah. I mean, we gotta know. I gotta tell everyone about the weeb levels. They gotta know about the chart. I should have it on a timer so it just keeps posting. Doesn't Grok now have an anime girl AI avatar? What's Grok? Or who's Grok? Eventually it's gonna spread all over Twitter. Yeah, we need to popularize it so we can people can properly identify other weeb levels. Small Japanese girl determines the difference. Why do you have to say small, man? That's not relevant to the conversation. But yeah, that could be me. But why? It has nothing to do with the weeb severity chart. Oh my god, my voice cracked. I'm fine. Grok is a Twitter AI. Oh, okay. I have not been on Twitter in a long time, so I didn't know there was an AI, and I didn't know how to name. Why is he called that? Grok. It sounds unpleasant. When's the last time I went on Twitter? I have notifications. Yeah, okay. I'm fine. Japanese Canadian LARPer. Fine, I'll take that. I'll take that instead. Instead of small Japanese girl. I don't like that. But yeah, I hope it becomes popular and people start using this chart. Maybe I should post it on Reddit or something, you know? Like I don't follow any weeb subreddits though. Like I don't know which one it would be. Like maybe who knows? Dude, that'd be hilarious. Maybe like the anime subreddit. I want to be seen posting in there though. That's crazy. But maybe people would like it. Who knows? It's valid because it comes from a Japanese perspective. It might catch on. True. That could work. I mean, we all came up with it together, to be fair. Like for my Japanese perspective plays into the culture branch, you know? You're asking level threes to come in, like, oh my god, true. So many people would come in. I mean, like, we already had that enough in the chat. Like, people are like, no, that anime does not belong in level three. I think it's level two. And people be like, oh no, that anime is level two, not level, you know, like, a lot of people feel attacked. Good. Maybe I should post it. Okay, if I post it, will you guys come in and upvote it for me? Miji's inbox will be flooded with level threes. Oh no. Oh no. So you're gonna get engaged. Oh, good job, Ricky. Yeah, rage baiting. Rage baiting. Um, so you're Japanese? Hello, messages. Oh no. Oh no. I have sometimes posted my cosplays on Reddit. And people on Reddit are weird. Reddit are really weird. But not as weird as Instagram, honestly. Instagram people are way creepier. I don't know why. I get some people upset. People don't like hearing that their lifestyle hobbies are weird, but they need to hear it. Honestly, I think a lot of weebs are okay, like laughing at themselves. You know, like they like people. I think a lot of people make jokes about their own weebery. You know, so maybe it'll be fine. I'm sure there's always gonna be some people who are like unhappy with the list or whatever. I'll I'll consider writing that up then for Reddit. You're proud. Let's see exactly. And people that kind of who like I'm sure there'll be people who are very happy trying to get to the highest rank. You know, a lot of people try to argue their way up into the ranks, and some people try to argue their way to a lower rank. You know, there's two types of people for sure. And I think it's better. You know, it is respectable to acknowledge your high weed level and stick with it. But at the same time, I also don't mind if people feel ashamed and try to lower their weeb level, you know? Self-aware weebs are fine. Yeah, the worst thing would be like to be in denial, you know? We have a lot of those people where they're like, no, I'm not a level 2. I'm definitely a level 1. And you're like, don't lie to us. Don't lie to us. We know you're level 2. Every time, man. Every time. There always going to be those people who think they're lower weed level than they are. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe they will take that. They'll take that experience and they will stop their weed behavior. You know, like they'll be like, oh, I cannot be a level 2. I gotta stop watching anime. You know, like. No, me, Juchon, I'm definitely a level 1. Yeah, if someone said that, straight to level 3. Straight to level 3. When did Gudetama redeem a hat? Hey, you got a free hat. There's Niall. I'm a weeb, but still cool. That's a cause that's impossible. So true, Anthony. So true. Chicano needs to hear that, man. I'm for sure level 1 closes closet door to their Miku from quintessential quintuplet. What is that? What the hell is quintessential quintuplets? I do not want to know what that is. The fact that you know that will reflect on your weeb level, law. That was yeah, that's really specific. Are you sure that you don't have that? Whatever that is? Are you sure that you don't have? Can we see some photo evidence of your closet? You're feeling attacked. You're weeb too, so you're feeling attacked by yourself. Oh no, some friendly fire here. I was about to answer. Yeah. Wait, were you about to answer what quintessential quintuplets yet? You almost fell into my trap. You almost fell into my trap. I actually don't know what it is though, genuinely. But I feel like I don't want to know. You know? Like I feel like I don't want to know. But that will also reflect on your weeb level. But I think at this point, protagonist, your weeb level might be like a lost cause. I'm not sure. Aren't you level 3? Or maybe you're level 2, because it's like mainly games. I don't know. These Miku fans want to make me throw out a no weasel hat. Yeah, Miku's pretty high up there. The Vocaloid really will get you, you know? And the VTubers will get you. And whatever yeah, that's a lot of things. A lot of things will get you straight to level 3. Yeah, this is a, and then we need like a weeb rehabilitation program, like it's like the first step is acceptance. So you're like, you accept that you're level 3. And then, and then from there, you can make the positive changes in your life to stop being a weeb. It could happen. It could happen. I should have made pamphlets, and then handed them out at the convention. Weebhab. Yeah, we'll call it Weebhab. Sounds very cool. I don't know what the Weebhab would be. Like, I guess like slowly watching less anime, you know? Like taking out one anime from your rotation and then putting in a non-anime show, perhaps. Um, and then yeah, I think it's just slowly replacing the weeb things with more normie things. And then that could, that will slowly get you there. Because you can't just quit cold turkey. You're gonna have withdrawal. You're gonna have weeb withdrawal. You're about to rewatch Psychopaths. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that's a level 2 because I don't know what that is. You went through the we have okay. You can share your experiences with the class, Ricky. You could be like, this is what helped me. You can hold a seminar for us. Like you can be like, guys, this is what got me through. I went one at a time, listing all your figures for $1 on eBay. Yeah, or just give them away for free. If you cosplay straight to level 3, don't know about that. You relapse? Oh no, oh no. It's okay. It's okay. No shame in relapsing. Just hey, we can get you back. We can get you back on track. Don't worry. We'll have like a weeb reformed group. Ricky can be the leader. Um, yeah, there will be a lot. There will be a lot of people to take part in that. And welcome in, Bunny. How are you? Get yourself a Korea boost, switch teams, problems. That's I don't believe in that either. I don't think you should go straight from being a weeb to being a Korea boo. That's just replacing one thing with another. It's like I guess no, it's no longer my problem, but like that doesn't seem right. But I don't know if Korean people feel the same about Korea boos as Japanese people feel about weebs. Probably the same, right? It's probably the same. What's a Korea boo? It's like a weeb, but for Korea. Like think like K dramas, K-pop, whatever. um, you don't like Korea boos? I mean, no one likes that. No one likes that. I mean, if they go too far, like they must have levels too. Like I'm not qualified to make a list to make a severity chart for Korea boos, but like I'm sure there's a severity as well. You know, like those dramas. Yeah, K dramas, K dramas. But a lot of K-pop for sure. AKA Kalani. Kalani is very versatile. Yeah, Kalani is a weeb, a Koreaboo, and a LARPer. Like Kalani's very well rounded. It's not mutually exclusive. Is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's and a sports and a sports boo. That's crazy. Ricky is right. Yeah, yeah. Kalani has very varied interests, which I guess is a good thing. I think some of the danger of being a weeb is being too far into one thing, right? Like that's the case for anything, right? Like if you're only into anime and like that's your whole life, it's your whole personality, it's everything, it's all your hobbies, everything is around anime, then I think that's not necessarily a healthy thing. Like it's okay. Like you could whatever makes you happy is fine, but like I think there's value in having like versatile like to having varied interests and varied hobbies and stuff like that. Like I think there's value in other aspects, right? K-pop Demon Hunters is really blowing up, and Netflix that is liking that Korea boo. I don't think so. I think it's so popular. It's like a kids movie or like it's like a family movie, right? Like I don't think it's If you like it for Korea, you can like it for Korea Boo reasons, but I don't think it's necessarily like that. The same way that like liking Spirited Away is not being a weeb, you know? Like some things are just very popular. Or like liking Pokemon. You know, we make we make exceptions for things that are extremely popular, right? Like so liking Pokemon is not necessarily being weeby. Like it's very it's a very mainstream. It's a very common thing, you know. So like I think that's it's kind of the same thing for K-pop Demon Hunters. Um you were doing an internal job. Okay, okay. It transcends into more of a pop culture category. Exactly, exactly. Like if it's like so popular that it's like very mainstream, it's like I don't think you're necessarily a weeb for liking that, you know? Your dad, your middle name is a white guy named Drew. Oh my gosh. Nice, nice. So something ceases to be weepy once mainstream popularity is achieved. Yeah, exactly. That's why on the level 0 of the weep chart we have things like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan, stuff like that. Like some things are actually no, I think Attack on Titan stuff is like level 1. But like stuff like Pokemon is something like level 0. Because it's just so like if you're like, oh, I grew up watching Pokemon on Cartoon Network, then like that's not really weeby, right? Like it's like it's so well known. Or like if you're like, I like Mario, like it's like, well, that's not really weeby. Like I wouldn't really consider that weeby. Um, where's One Piece on there? Well, you can check. I think it's level 1. It might be level 2 because it's so. I think it depends. If it's like I've watched One Piece here and there versus I've watched every episode of One Piece. If you've watched every episode of One Piece, then you're probably level 2, maybe closer to level 3 because like that's a big time commitment. Pokemon fans are weeb deniers. I doubt it, man. Um, so watching anime could theoretically reach a point where it's popular enough to not be fringe weeb for watching it. I think there will always be more fringe weeb animes, right? Like not every anime is gonna be mainstream. I think the category of anime that's so popular that it's level 0 could expand. And yeah, it's like it kind of I think that's true to an extent, but I think the level 3 animes are never gonna be mainstream. Speaking of anime, I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender the other day, and it's so good. I've heard good things. Yes. I don't like that hee Monka W. Have you watched all 1,200 episodes of One Piece? We're gonna have to give you the level 3 distinction here. You gotta search for One Piece to watch it. That implies an addition on severity. I mean, do you? Don't you just search for everything to watch it? I'm very recommended. Don't watch that one, Draconian. That one's on level 3, and apparently it's very. Can't remember what it is. Is it really raunchy? I can't remember. It's very deep in the degeneracy. That's true. There's different levels to different anime. Yeah, exactly. Even within One Piece, it's like, oh, I've heard of One Piece versus like I've watched a couple One Pieces. One Pieces. I've watched a couple of pieces, you know, versus I've watched every episode of One Piece and I own a bunch of merchandise. In fact, I wear a straw hat every day to school, you know. There's a difference. There's a difference. So you got to use your best judgment here. Did they search for poke? Oh, yeah, okay, good point, good point. Absolutely it is. Yeah, I've heard. Lots of toilet humor, aka Mozart. No, not the circle back to Mozart. Oh god. Mozart would be a prison school fit. Maybe he would. Maybe he would. You might have binged every episode in 7 months, but your friend talked me into it. Level 3. I'm sorry, Big. Level 3. Miju admitted that she watched all of One Piece. Time to clip that. Right. No one will believe you, man. That's clearly doctored footage. Good callback. Respect. Yeah, that was a really good callback, honestly. That was very witty. Congratulations. Uh, I like a good callback joke. That's one of my favorite types of jokes. I like a good callback. Or like a recurring bit, you know? I think what if you really stick to it, it can be really funny. Yes, yeah, I cannot condone the level 3 weeb behaviors, you know. But and honestly, we've talked about this, but like you can be like level 3 about anything, you know. You could be like level 3 about cooking. You could be level 3 about um going to the gym, you know. Like there I'm sure for every activity, there's someone who's like way too into it, you know. And that's not necessarily a good thing. I mean, obviously, there's if you're really really good at what you do, there's some level of, you know, it's like impressive, right? But like it depends what it is. I just won't forget that ever. If I ever see something raunchy, I'm already gonna think of what Mozart opinion would be. You're gonna just be bringing up Mozart all the time. You level 3 hunter, like a demon hunter, is what you mean? Um, but yeah, the honestly the like a monster hunter. I see, I see. Seems like a hell of a guy. I mean, he probably was. He probably was. I'm a level 3 Genshin player for sure. I'm really deep into it, you know. But I'm not like wailing out. Okay, I'm not deep into it in a financial sense. I guess if you're really deep into a gotcha game, maybe that's like you spent your life savings on it, you know? Was he the one who wrote Moonlight Sonata? I think so. Can't remember. This album was so good. Yes. Oh my gosh. I loved Rosé's solo. Like I love On the Ground. It's my favorite. It's Beethoven. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Um, I'll defer to Ricky on this. I played Moonlight Sonata once, but that was like 10 years ago. Yeah, I loved On the Ground. I loved Gone. I loved Hard to Love, and then I loved Apatu. But then honestly, I was quite disappointed by her full album. Like I was like I was the most excited for Rosé's solos because I love like to this day I love On the Ground and I love Gone. Like it's her music was my favorite, but then her album was so disappointing to me, which was very sad. But hopefully she keeps making music and we get more from her. The song is from Resident Evil. Yeah, the song is definitely from Resident Evil 1, yeah. And thanks for the 5 stream streak, Harris. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I will never like honestly, I cannot get over Rose's. Like it wasn't bad. Like Rose's album wasn't bad. That's the thing. But for me, like I was just like, like I felt like a lot of the songs were quite similar. And like there were a lot of songs like there was a few stand up, but there was also a lot of songs that just kind of like blended together for me. Um, and like I just felt like it was missing the thing that made On the Ground quite special. I don't know. Like I think On the Ground is still very, very impactful for me to this day. But like, yeah, I don't know. Number one girl and stay a little longer were the only things that played in my car for a month. I liked well aside from like Apatu, I like Game Boy. I thought Game Boy was quite fun. Um and maybe can't remember. Oh, Drinks or Coffee. Drinks or Coffee. I like those ones. But like but none of them were like life changing for me, you know? I mean not that every album has to be life changing, but like, you know, I just felt like I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't enough variety in the album, and I was a bit disappointed by the lyrics as well. Who's Rose? Rose is from Blackpink. She's a singer, idol. I heard a lot of Rosé's new songs. It sounds a lot of like low energy Western pop. Didn't love. I mean, I don't care that it's like Western pop, but and I don't. I like slow songs. That's the thing. I really like slow songs. Except they were all really low energy, right? And it's like I feel like there should be some variety, especially on an album that started with Apatu. Like it's like come on, like Apatu was the first single from that. It's like come on. There was nothing else like that on the album as well. Speaking of albums, Joys is tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. Here comes the hour of K-pop music talk. Come on, you gotta join us. You gotta join us. We'll listen once and never again. Oh no. Are you not expecting much from our album? Honestly, yeah. I just felt like Jenny's album. I liked a lot more. I feel like it had a lot more variety to it, and it felt like it was very cohesive. It was like, oh, okay, Jenny was like, I'm trying to make an album with this concept, and I felt like her brand and her like what she was trying to accomplish felt like a lot stronger, you know? How do you zone out from this? Oh no, oh no. I mean, we all have our topics, man. We started talking about Baldur's Gate, and Chicano's like checked out, you know. We started talking about K-pop, and Zirconian's already asleep, you know. It just not every topic will be for you. Sometimes I'm just sitting here and chat is talking about like sports or something, you know, and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. Or like some people will have a side conversation about anime. I'm like, don't know anything about this, you know? Nor do I want to. So you guys can just talk about that on your own time. But yeah, I mean, we could always go back to our favorite topic of food. The topics that everyone can participate in. One, the weather. Two, food. What else? Yeah, food is such a universal topic, you know? It's like everyone can get in on it. Food good. That's true. Food good. Let's talk about sports. What? Why are we going straight to sports? Your team played today. Looked like it was a loss for a long time, but they equalized it in the 89th minute to prevent the fourth loss in a row. Nice. That sounds exciting, I guess. It's a last minute score. I don't mind. Dear stream, it's full of Korea moves. This is what I signed up for. That's definitely what you signed up for, Chikana. You definitely were not here when I was playing Breath of the Wild. And welcome in, Khan. Hope you're doing well today. College football starts back next week. Oh, I hope you enjoy. I don't know anything about football. I just know that you're trying to get the ball back to on the line. And then you get it to the end and then you're like touchdown, you know? I don't know when you do the field goal kick. Sports ball. I know, Con, I know. We'll never have too much sports talk here, don't worry. Maybe sometimes about hockey. Do you think you could talk about a singular topic for 3 hours? Yes. But it depends on the topic. If you get me talking about like, if it's like a specific show or something like that, or a specific game, I could talk about it for 3 hours. Absolutely. If it was like Me Jug Raps review time, like absolutely. I mean, you probably could too, right? I could give a 3-hour review on something. I could go into the details of everything about like The Last of Us or like even Baldur's Gate. I have a lot of thoughts on Baldur's Gate, you know? Or like yeah, something like that. It was not exciting. My team was on top the whole time. They're just allergic to putting the ball in the net. That sucks. That's about all you need to know. You're natural. Let's go. I could be in the NFL. It's time. Sports were invented to entertain people before modern technology. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You hit the ball with a stick and ran in a circle. What sport are you watching where they run in a circle? 3-hour dissertation on clickers, not clickers, about the plot, and about the crazy Last of Us fans. I could talk about that for ages. Or I could talk about, we talk about like appropriate behavior. Don't be a weird weeb, like stuff like that. I could do it. You should make retrospective videos, just 3 hours of yapping about a singular subject. I could do that, but that seems like they take a lot of time to make, and they require a lot of research and stuff like that. And I'd rather just watch them. Baseball. Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, okay, yeah. They do run in a circle. It's more like a, what do they call it? A diamond? Is it a diamond? It's like a square. It's like a. Oh, it's a diamond because it's like a shape of a like a real diamond, like that. Okay, no, I get why it's called a diamond now. I thought diamond was like, I can't make an equal shape with my hand. I thought it was like this diamond, like on a playing card. But they mean like diamond, like a shiny rock diamond. Keep it into new jeans. You're so hip. Thank you. It's just like biting an apple. We do love how sweet. We do love how sweet here. Yeah, what topic could you guys talk about for 3 hours? Yeah, but I was being mean. I didn't want to be accurate. But you were accurate. They did run in a circle. You almost timed it good. I know. They do it really, but I can't speak it the same way they sing it, you know? Like biting an apple, you know? The complexity of fighting games you could yap about all day. Oh, okay. Well, okay, what about everyone else? What topic could you yap about for 3 hours? Keyboards, keshi, and percussion. Ooh, okay. Like piano keyboards or typing keyboards? Because I was thinking typing keyboards, but then you said percussion. So I was like, maybe you mean piano keyboard. Oh no, typing keyboard. Okay, typing keyboards. Okay. Or Hondas. That's true. And welcome in, Hero. For you, it's cars. Okay, Chicano has specifically Hondas, but I guess for you, all cars. Cool. For you, it's WoW, Baldur's Gate 3, TF2, Magic the Gun. Yours are really nerdy, no offense, man. For me, I guess, yeah. For me, I could talk about like weird guys. Sorry, that's a really weird way to phrase it. But you know what I mean? Like when people are like, oh, how can I talk to this girl and I don't know her very well, but like I want to ask her. I could talk about like that kind of advice for 3 hours. Absolutely. I could talk about I could talk about my weeb severity chart. We have gone over the weeb severity chart for a while. Genshin builds. Could do Genshin builds. The Last of Us and the incels surrounding The Last of Us. What else? What else could I yap about for 3 hours? I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of things. Misconceptions, unhinged opinions. Okay. Music, guitars, and K-pop. I guess. Yeah, I guess I could probably yap about K-pop for 3 hours. But yeah, that's cool. What is your favorite guitar, Angel? I was never good at piano because I couldn't fit my fingers in between the black keys. You settled for marimba. Ooh, okay. Now I see where the percussion comes from. I mean, I don't think you're really supposed to put your fingers in between the black keys. I feel like that doesn't come up that often. It is pretty narrow in between the black keys. That's the most LARPer list you ever see. It's pretty LARPer, yeah. And Monster Hunter. Oh, true. Zelda combat and speedrunning. Ooh, okay. What about Zelda lore? Yeah, I couldn't do Zelda lore. I don't think I could do speedrunning either. I'm more of an observer than a participator. Tell that to my college piano show. What she wanted to do? Wait, maybe Ricky can speak more on this. I can't remember ever. Like, I don't remember like frequently having to put my fingers between the black keys. Like, yeah, I feel like it doesn't come up. Maybe like, yeah, that seems too high on the keyboard, like too far in. A Gibson J200 is gorgeous. I actually do not know that. I do have a Gibson, as you know, but it's not a J200. But I guess Gibsons are just expensive, man. I don't know. I do want to Ibanez, but it's mainly because of Tim Henson, as you guys know. Tim Henson and Ichika, they all have Ibanez. Well, I thought it'd be cool, but I don't want like more guitars. I already have two guitars. It's kind of like they kind of take up a lot of space. Um, does P5 speedrun Tears of the Kingdom on its current patch, or just the first iteration? The last video I watched, he did a video breaking down the Tears of the Kingdom speedrun. It was on patch. It was on the original patch. Does P5? Oh, sorry, I just read that. You get triggered when hearing misconceptions or things that don't make sense depending on the person. Okay, yeah, that makes. I mean, depends what it is for me, but yeah, I can see that. Okay, send a pic on the Discord of your guitar. Yeah, I could do that. I think I have a picture of it. I mean, I have. I think this picture on my Instagram. Do you have Instagram, Angel? I think I have a picture with my guitar on Instagram. I could be wrong. Let me double check. I think you just gotta scroll back. Yeah, it's back there. It's at the very end. If you have Instagram. And welcome in, Puppet. Hope you're doing well today. I don't think you've ever watched a stream where you play instruments. I have done singing streams where I play guitar, and I have done one stream. It was a piano Christmas stream. We had a nice piano time, but it was actually my brother's piano because my brother has an electric keyboard that you can like plug into the computer. But I don't have a keyboard currently because my apartment is too small. But when I move, I'm definitely gonna get a keyboard, and I might take up piano lessons again because I played piano for like 10 years, but then I haven't played in a very long time. But I've heard the muscle memory is so strong that you could just like get back into it. Big fan of the Gibson ES335. Okay, clearly I don't know that many guitars. I just know the ones that I have. Like Angel said, I have a Les Paul and I have a Martin guitar LX1E, which is why I can plug it in. It has the E, the electric part. I plug it in and I play on stream. I have a couple times, but I am not that good at guitar. I can play like basic chords, maybe a little bit of finger style, like really basic ones. But yeah, pretty much just I pretty much just play as my own accompaniment, but that usually takes longer to learn. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so whenever I do a singing stream, I'm like, oh, like I gotta really practice this and make sure it's perfect. But these days I don't have the time to practice it and make it perfect. Like maybe I could just do like a karaoke stream where it's like it doesn't have to be perfect. I just gotta let that go, I think. Cause like for me it's like I gotta like come up with like a nice accompaniment on the guitar to like play along properly, but then like it's a whole process. But maybe I just gotta do more singing streams just casually. Honestly, me to play me Moonlight Sonata. I definitely can. Miss the singing streams. Maybe I'll do it. I'll have to do another one. Do you know what is a good piano song? Zanarkanad from Final Fantasy. I've never really played contemporary music. I was not into that as a kid. And welcome in, Spud. Thanks for the 5 stream streak. Tell what to the instructor? That they said they couldn't play piano because they couldn't fit their fingers between the black keys on the piano. But I feel like that doesn't come up, no? That's not like that. Like, I think they mean like all the way between the black keys, but like that doesn't, I don't think you really play there. That'd be great then. You could totally get back into it. Yeah, I've heard that like even if you haven't played piano in like 10 years, it will just like all come back to you. You can get back to your regular level like within a few months. And I think that's pretty crazy, right? Like the muscle memory is that strong. But that would make sense because like I did play from a young age for a long time. And welcome in, Trem. Can you play Soda Pop on piano? No, I don't know how to play Soda Pop on piano. It's probably not too hard though. My dad has a white Fender Shadowcaster. A white guitar sounds cool. Don't worry about it too much. Casual singing streams would be great, like me do unplug. Yeah, like like the K-pop idols who always do like live streams where they just sing along to the track. I think that could be fun. Maybe I'll do that sometime. Miju butchering a classic. The dark and narca. I said it correctly. Yeah, you shouldn't put your fingers between. They'll get stuck in there, right? Like it's so like for me, I feel like your fingers should play the white keys on the part that doesn't touch the black keys. What do you mean between? Yeah, I've never. It's very narrow between there. I always remember like if I ever tried to stick my fingers between there, it's like really dusty because like no one touches that part. So yeah, your college piano instructor was speaking nonsense. um, you should give the Narcan a listen though. It's beautiful. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. And Wakamin Basta. Is the AI hype over with the Phil GPT-5 launch? I have no idea. I'm assuming you mean Chat GPT. I don't know they had numbers. You agree? You never liked her anyway. Yeah, she sucks. You can play piano. You don't need to fit your fingers between the. In fact, it sounds like you have big hands, which is actually a very big plus for piano. It actually is very. I mean, like maybe not if you have like massive hands, but like I'm sure that would help. Because it's like you can reach farther, right? Like I have really small hands, so like I couldn't really reach an octave properly. So it really actually holds me back on piano. Like to the point where like if I wanted to become a professional pianist, I would it would be very, very difficult. You woke up with songs stuck in your head today, and I was looking for it so I could listen to it on my head, but it was one of those songs that aren't on the internet anymore. So obscure. Draconian like songs that are so obscure that they aren't even on the internet. We got GPT before GTA 6. You love angel jokes. You're the only one, Ricky. They finally failed one. How do you fail a launch? It sounds like it's like it sounds like it's like a rocket launch, you know? I'm guessing it was just so horrible. It was very unuseful. Spreading misinformation everywhere, but doesn't AI just do that anyway? For my birthday, you need to learn the Final Fantasy song or a Sotana song. Song of the Night. Shadow of the Night. Shadow of the Colossus. Don't know what that is. Symphony of the Night. I was close. You can do octaves easily. I think it could should 10th the most key. Yeah, you'd be great at piano. Go for it. Screw the marimba. I'm not kidding. Shadow of the Colossus. That could be real. That OST is SSS tier. I don't like playing contemporary music, man. I'm out here. I gotta play our boy Mozart. No, don't screw the marimba. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure the marimba is great. Hello, puppet. AI cacophony. AI cacophony. What is that? I have no idea what you're saying. I'm so sorry, Basta. I don't know this AI lingo. You stand for Mozart. Exactly. Syncopony. Okay, that was good, Angel. Chopin gang. I was not a Chopin gang. I'm sorry. And welcome in, Pony. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. If the piano strings ever come again, I'd like to request some Beethoven. It's been a while since I play. I don't think I could play it right away, but if I get back into my piano lessons, then absolutely I can play some. But like these days, I've only ever played on a real piano, not a keyboard. So I'll have to get used to that. How was your day? I mean, my day kind of just started. I started streaming at 9 a.m. So my day has been good. Basta is an AI. Oh, okay. I'm very confused. I don't know all this AI stuff. It's also different as a keyboard is good. Yeah, I was looking at different keyboards that like mimic the weight of like real piano keys. So I think they've gotten pretty good these days. So hopefully it should be fine. Because I definitely cannot have a real piano. It's not very practical. You listen to a fair share of classical music? Not really. Not really. I I actually don't. I liked playing it. Like when I was a kid, I loved playing classical music. I pretty much only played that. Like my piano teacher would be like, "Do you want to play jazz?" I'm like, "No way, no way, no jazz, no contemporary music, just classical." Um, and but nowadays I listen to it sometimes because I'm learning classical singing. So I've been listening to some of the songs that I will learn, but I don't listen to it like for fun. I like playing it and I like singing it, but I don't really listen to it. Um, aren't you a software engineer though? I am, yes, I am, but I don't do anything with AI. Psychophony just means like yes man, always going along with someone and never criticizing them. Again, zirconium with our being our English dictionary. Thank you. um, in my brain, I was thinking like cacophony, and I was like, that's not the same thing. You're done your shift. Congrats, congrats. That's if Media Games can pronounce. Sorry, I don't know why I read my full username there. Can pronounce the first word in that sentence. Is it? You were saying it. Psycho fancy. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, that's what you were saying. I was like, why are you just saying psycho fancy? I'm so confused. You were telling me how to pronounce it. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Psycho fancy. Psycho fancy. Fancy. Oh no, not this again. Patchy fern. Fake. Fake. That sounds stupid. You're exact opposites with music. I'm a contemporary fan. You studied John Cage a lot in uni. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. It's sycophancy. Okay, so I got it wrong actually. Sycophancy. Psychophancy. Okay. You guys are trying really hard to get me to pronounce it correctly, and I'm pronouncing it exactly wrong every time. Like I'm like, you guys are writing it out so clearly, and I'm like I'm saying the opposite. Um, correct. Let's go. Let's go. I'm on a roll. Um, core tusk. I'm gonna say that's also fake. I think you're trying to trick me with two fakes in a row because you're like, oh, she won't think it's two fakes in a row, you know? I think that's why. I have something in my eyelashes. I know how you think, man. Psycho fancy mashup? Would that work? I don't think that would work. Um, that's exactly what you were thinking. Pete, you're just too predictable. That's what I'm telling you. You think you're being tricky, but it's obvious. It's the obvious tactic. You're going for the obvious one each time. Um, it's Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Is that correct? In Japanese, they just call it like usta sosu or something like that. Um, she's reading you like a. I have never read Pete incorrectly. I just know what they think every time. Not only do I guess, not only do I guess if it's a real Pokemon or not, I also guess the thought process behind it. Zarude. I think that's fake. Isn't that the song? Like oh, that's Darude. No? No, I still think it's fake. It's real. Ugh, I cannot read protagonist like a book, unfortunately. Um, you still can't find a specific way to pronounce this one. I think it's like Worcestershire. Worcestershire. I have no idea. Just say it however, and people will know what you mean, because no one else can pronounce it either. You know. You think funny how hobbits live in the Shire. You think Worcestershire is nearby? Is it Worcestershire? Were you thinking the infamous Sandstorm by I was. And then I was like, oh, that's Darude. Isn't that song like that one, you know? I was definitely thinking about that one. I thought protagonist was trying to trick me. Um, When are we gonna learn how to roll our R's? Ricky has been researching. He's ready for his lesson almost. Classic Sandstorm roll. Do you guys like that one? That earworm of a Synthly. It is very catchy. I'm not an electronic music fan, but it is, I have to admit, it is fairly catchy. You actually, oh, you're kind of ready? Okay, okay. When's our lesson, Ricky? Are you gonna do like a video lesson? Like what's the deal? You like Porter Rob? Oh, that's true, that's true. I like Porter Robinson because his music is sad and meaningful, you know? But a lot of electronic music is just like dance music, which is has its place. Which has its place. Like I don't think it's like bad because it doesn't have meaning or anything, or because it doesn't have like a sad meaning or whatever. It's just not my thing. I don't like Blackpink Jump. I'm sorry. Cause he's weavy. No, I don't like him cause he's weavy. I like him despite. You always sound stupid. I just want you to know. That's okay, Ricky. I'm used to it. Emo music. I love emo music. I still haven't grown out of my my emo phase. Fall Out Boy had a new album like last year. I was so ready for it. I was listening to it constantly. Maybe it was like 2 years ago at this point. Me waiting for Dan Deacon to make another album. He's an electronic artist. One day. That's me all my life. But yeah, see, me and Protagonist, we're used to. We don't mind. We don't mind. Dan Deacon. True. Pilates on the outside, My Chemical Romance on the inside. Exactly. Actually, I was a bit too young for My Chemical Romance. I'm definitely more of a Fall Out Boy fan. Like I kind of grew out of the other stuff. Like I no longer listen to like Panic at the Disco or whatever, but like I still will stick with Fall Out Boy. I do really like them. It's been 5.5 years. One day he will. Calling Fall Out Boy emo is crazy. They're definitely emo. Come on, man. I really went down jazz covers of popular songs, but really refreshing. You love covers, love seeing how different artists, bands redo a song that isn't theirs. I like a good cover, yeah. I don't generally listen to them all the time, but I do like a good cover. Sugar, we're going down. That's so emo, man. Come on. They're definitely not emo. You're just being gatekeepy about emo. Yeah, they're definitely pop punk. Like I think pop punk is pretty emo. You know? Pop emo. Yeah, you can be pop and still be emo. What about Paramore? Listen to Death Cab. They're more emo. Chikano, stop being a gatekeeper, man. Let me enjoy my Fall Out Boy. They're from your hood? Fall Out Boy's from Chicago. You consider them rock? Christian rock. Oh my gosh. I don't know any Evanescence except for that one that's on the one that was on the the one that was on the Elden Ring trailer. Morgoth shows up and it's like, wake me up inside. Oh, it's on Just Dance too. Yeah, it's on Just Dance. It's on Just Dance. But that one hurts my legs. It hurts my legs. They make you like split your legs and then like slide on your knees, and I'm like, I cannot do that. Please don't hurt me like that. What about Reliant K? They're Christian emo. Christian emo. Oh my god. Night Rain. Yeah, Night Rain was classic. The Night Rain trailer was so great. It was like, what is this? You're watching a trailer for Elden Ring. It's like playing Evanescence. Do you know the Fray? Are they the one that was like the song that's like, I'm falling to pieces? That one? That one was really popular, wasn't it? Did anyone have a pentatonics phase? Bro, I was in jazz choir. We were sang so many pentatonic songs. We definitely, I don't remember a lot of them, but we definitely sang the one that was like, we definitely sang one at Christmas. Like it was like, um, can't remember. I think it was like Little Drummer Boy, something like that. But yeah, we definitely had a lot of pentatonics action because like we were basically an a cappella. We were definitely like an a cappella group at some points. Um, you heard of Payphone? That's Maroon 5, bro. I didn't even know about Reliant K until I was listening to a cover they did of Everyone Wants to Rule the World, and my friend who's Christian mentioned it to me, blew your mind. That's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes it can be good. Um, the color of Hallelujah got to me. I think like a lot of times what I don't like about pentatonics, like this is like later on. Like they're really really good singers, but a lot of their I don't like really like overly produced a cappella. Cause it just doesn't sound as satisfying, you know? Cause like sometimes it's like way too the vocals are way too produced, it sounds worse. Like I think they would sound better live. You hate a cappella music? It's not like my favorite, but I was in choir, so I do have an appreciation for good harmony. That's the script. Oh. Wait, so what I've definitely heard of the fray. Were they the ones that were what about the song it's like How to Save a Life? That one? Was that them? Or is that also the script? I think I'm getting them confused. I'm like digging deep into my 2010s music knowledge, you know? I remember these songs from my when I was like a teenager. That's the okay, let's go. I got it. I got it. I like how you guys recognize the song just from me singing it like briefly. I'm like, we should play guess the song. Guess the 2010 song. I just sing like one line. Slipknot is your favorite Christian band? Are they Christian? Um, you would walk 500 miles. The song went hard on the Terry, not the Terry Fox run. Oh my gosh, classic Canadian experience. Yeah, they play that one all the time, but it's not even. We're not even walking. We're supposed to be running. Like, why are you playing that one? Um, the Proclaimer song is such a damn earworm. It really is. It really is. Who doesn't know that song? You know, like it's like whenever you're at like a speaking of sports, like whenever you're at the sports games, they always play like the certain songs that like everyone knows. You know, um, it's very classic. Like they play like Living on a Prayer, or I can't even remember. They play like so many of the songs like everyone. Like it's just I want to know those like sports playlists because like oh everyone knows these songs, you know. Noah's a good band. Oh no, what is it gonna be? They're called Polyphia. True, so true. We love Polyphia. You know who's cool? Tim Henson. Um, yeah. When are we getting a new Polyphia album? I'm tired of listening to Remember That You Will Die. I mean, I'm not tired of it, but like, I don't listen to that much anymore. Neck tattoo. True. He does have many neck tattoos. And Tim said he was working on a solo album. Where's the solo album? I'm waiting for. I want a Tim Henson solo album. Solo neck tattoo. Yes, yes. That's him. Yeah, it's I think it'll be. I'm waiting for it. I'll wait patiently. If they want to take their time, they can take their time. But yeah, it's that's definitely a good one. I like you guys know in terms of K-pop, I like Sejong. I want Sejong to have a new album. I like when Wendy has solo music. I like some. I mean, Polyphia has no vocals, but like I like a good vocals. You know, I'm ready for the solo music of some good, some nice vocals. When's album 5? Who knows? Who knows? The real question is when is a K-pop artist gonna get a full neck tattoo? Is there a K-pop idol with a neck tattoo? Are they allowed to get tattoos? I think they are, right? Like surely some BTS uh people have tattoos, right? I don't think it's that uncommon. Um, ABC has vocals. I don't like it. Jay Park has neck tattoos. I mean, but he's not a K-pop idol. Are they allowed to get ink? Probably small ones that they can cover. It probably depends on their image too, right? Like, I think rappers are probably allowed to get tattoos. Not like idol rappers, but like rappers are probably allowed to get tattoos. Um, but probably not like people from like say like a member of Twice maybe couldn't get. I feel like they do though. Don't they? I don't know. Maybe like yeah, maybe like small ones would be fine. Like if they have like a small one like behind their ear or like on their a little bit on their arm or something, you know? Yeah, I thought Chaeyoung has tattoos. I think it depends on their image, and I think it depends how old they are. Like, um, I think it depends how old they are because like I think once they get older, they're a bit more lenient. Like Twice is allowed to like openly date now, like it's not a problem. You can't be like wholesome and show up with like a full sleeve. Yeah, I don't think you can be in Twice and have like neck tattoos, you know. But like I think little tattoos here and there probably are fine. You want a Korean Post Malone? I think there's definitely rappers and stuff like that that have a lot of tattoos. I'm sure there's someone like that. But I don't know too much about it. Nayeon with a tribal sleeve. Oh my god, that sounds crazy. Imagine Chewie just showing up with their face with a face tattoo. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I definitely could. I feel like that would not go with their image, no? Like Chaeyoung, I could see it. I could see it. That's their whole thing, the swastika shirt and the tattoo. No, I'm kidding. I will never stop bringing up the swastika shirt because I just think it's ridiculous. Um, or like, yeah, I'm sure like you're gonna bring. Wait, you don't know about it yet, P? Chaeyoung wore a swastika shirt multiple times, and it was from her own personal wardrobe. You don't follow K-pop? I feel like I bring it up a lot. You haven't heard a story? Yeah, so a member of Twice. Why would she do it? I think she didn't know, or like I don't know. We don't really know. She like apologized for it, and then she was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know that swastikas were bad," or like something. And like a lot of people were defending her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's Korean, like she didn't know." But I'm like, doesn't everyone know? Like I don't know. That seems like a like a pretty basic world knowledge. Like I don't know. I mean technically it's an ancient Hindu symbol. I don't think she was thinking about that. And I think isn't it like they tilted it, right? I don't follow K-pop at all. This is worth knowing. Technically, I just read that. You saw a BTS thing about the atomic bomb. Okay, but the atomic bomb shirt, that wasn't his own shirt, right? The thing is, Chaeyoung, it was her own shirt. Wearing an atomic bomb shirt is kind of crazy, though. Like, I think it was a shirt depicting the atomic bombing of, I think it was like Nagasaki or Hiroshima or something like that. That's a crazy thing to wear. And who makes that shirt? Come on. Was it a German one or the Buddhist one? It was a German one. What happened? Yeah, yeah. She didn't know about the symbol from World War II. Yeah. Well, people are like, but then I thought about it. Then I thought about it. And then I was like, I guess K-pop idols are pretty uneducated. Like surely they like when they start training when they're like 12 and then they like probably don't continue school after that, right? Like they technically do continue school and then like they get like an equivalent of like a GED most of the time, but like they're probably pretty uneducated. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. But like honestly, Chaeyoung is like at the time, what she was probably like, she's the same age as me, so I think she was like 25. So it's like, there's not really an excuse when you're like a 25-year-old woman. Like people were like treating her as if she's a child, and then she didn't know. Like, and then the thing is like no one around her told her. Like, even if she didn't know, there's so many people around her. Like there's like managers, there's like so many staff, right? Like there are twice. Like there's so many staff. Like one of them definitely knew what that symbol meant. Like surely someone on the team knew what a swastika was, right? And no one thought to tell her the multiple times she wore the shirt that like, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear that. Like I just think it's crazy that it even happened. And he gave some fake apology, like I get why they mad at Japan, it's Korea. Yeah, it was a pretty messed up shirt to wear. Maybe she thought it looked cool. I mean, that's probably it, yeah. Maybe some other members trolled her. Maybe they're like, hey, Chaeyoung, wear this cool shirt. And she's like, oh, no way. Like, where the PR? Yeah, exactly. Like, surely the manager or like the staff or like the makeup artist, the hair art, like anyone, like literally anyone could have looked at the shirt and been like, don't wear that. Like, literally, don't wear that. Burn that shirt. And then later she wore a QAnon shirt as well. Which, that one, I can see her not knowing what it is, right? Like, yeah, obviously, she's in Korea. Like, she might not know what it is. But, like, the swastika definitely should know what it is. And, like, they should really, like, vet the symbols on the shirts. Like, if there's, like, a shirt with, like, a graphic that you don't understand, maybe you should, like, look into it, you know? Before, like, being like, hey, wear this shirt. So, yeah, maybe you should be more careful. Especially if you're like a public figure. It means yeah, maybe she was just trolled. I think she bought it at like a vintage store. Cause I think she likes like vintage shopping and she like bought it at a vintage store and like she didn't know what it meant, but I'm like, that's crazy. How the hell did she get a QAnon shirt? I don't know. I think she got it. She must have got it overseas at like a vintage store, right? Or I think there's a lot of like stores with like yeah, I can't remember what it was. I couldn't find that if I tried. I don't know. It was a Sex Pistols shirt, the band, the swastika. I think it might have been something like that. Yeah, because like I think there's a lot of stores. I think there's a lot of stores where they sell like American clothes or whatever. All in all, they deserve a Picard face bomb for that incident. Yeah, it's like, why let that go through? The member, the member, there was a person on the shirt wearing a swastika. But like, still, like, you shouldn't really be like she wore that like to like her promotional things, you know, like it's like maybe you shouldn't have that symbol visible on your shirt. If she wore it by proxy, yeah, it's technically a band tee, but like I don't think you should be wearing that anyway. Especially in like when she's being like filmed for like publicity purposes. It's kind of weird. But yeah, honestly, I keep bringing that up. I just think it's funny. I don't like, obviously I don't think she's a Nazi. I don't think she like wore it in like a, like, obviously like within context it makes sense. But like, and like she didn't mean it in like a harmful way. It's just kind of funny that it happened. Especially from a K-pop idol member of Twice. Very funny. That would not be on your bingo card for K-pop. Fake K-pop scandals. A lot of K-pop groups have done concept that looks like German military uniforms of World War II. What? No, that's crazy. I mean, like, some things are very common in K, like, you know, like cultural appropriation in K-pop videos is very common. But you think, why would they go for that? Why would they go for that cultural appropriation? Like, I mean, is that even really considered cultural appropriation? Do you think she knew who Sid Vicious or the Sex Pistols were? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe not. Um, have you seen that shirt of Macaulay Culkin wearing a shirt of Ryan Reynolds, and they kept making shirts of them wearing each other's shirts? Nice, nice. Um, for as evil as the Nazi regime was, their uniforms were kick-ass stylish. Apparently, Hugo Boss designed them himself. But like, do you want to wear in a music video? uh, for what I know, fascist type uniforms are pretty popular in anime. I guess because they don't have the same negative connotations over there. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, but yeah, it's that is crazy. I know you're saying about the yeah, no, I'm not saying you're defending it. I'm just saying like yeah, it's them wearing uniform similar to that in the videos is crazy. But a lot of times they make some strange decisions in terms of what kind of concepts they're going for. You know, like the like sometimes their approach to other cultures is kind of crazy. But it's just that's just how it is sometimes. We've seen a lot of things as in K-pop videos for sure. You don't care enough to be offended. I mean, if you don't follow K-pop, you don't follow K-pop. I was kind of like an Asian perspective of it though, like outside looking in. Yeah, exactly. Like it is different over in Asia, right? Like they have it's a very different aspect of it, but at the same time, a lot of K-pop groups are very global, so I think they should be informed and know what's not going to sit well with their with Western audiences, right? Like a lot of times they do have a lot of Western fans. So I think they should, if they want to not get backlash about this stuff, they should take that into account. Like if Blackpink did a video where they were basically wearing Nazi uniforms, like that would not go over well. Attack on Titan's kind of fascist coded. Yeah, I can see that. But if you ask Chan what her favorite Sex Pistols song is, he can't name a single one. Oh no, we gotta do the old person thing where it's like, oh, you're wearing a Nirvana t-shirt, name every song. you gotta pull the true boomer card, you know? The old dad rock gatekeeping card. No way 3/4 of the Blackpink being able to speak English to play ignorant on concept like that. I mean, yeah. I mean, people K-pop fans will give them like passes for everything, right? Like they'll be like, oh, they didn't know. They're like, oh, Rose said the N-word. She didn't know. It's like she grew up in Australia. She literally grew up in Australia. She definitely did know. You gotta answer like, I don't know. I kind of like them all. Yeah, you're like, oh, there's so many. I can't come up with just one. Definitely when they're catering to a world market, have to be mindful of cultural sensibilities and definitely history. Yeah, absolutely. I think they should definitely be more careful about that. But sometimes it seems like they are completely misinformed. You know, like it's like, what are you doing? There's definitely been some things in very very recent history where it's like, really, you thought that would go over well? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you know what it's. I mean, they should have someone who knows. But I think maybe a lot of times they don't. But yeah. Also, it is past noon, so I think I might just leave it here for today. We've had a nice good yap session about various things. Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. If you want more yapping, I'll be around next weekend as usual, Saturday and Sunday. Nice brunch chat, nice work chat, of course. If you want more yapping, I'll be there for that. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday as well if you're into some Genshin Impact. If not, I'll see you on the weekend. But have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. Take care, and I will see you all next time. Bye!